Live from Woodforest Bank Stadium in Shenandoah, Texas, and engineered by the Legacy Sports Network, welcome to Saturday Night Football presented by Texas Emergency Care Center. Tonight, it's a highly anticipated Week 2 showdown as the second-ranked Katy Tigers take on the number 13th-ranked Woodlands Highlanders. And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome upstairs to the booth. Along with Brent Moody and Jarrell Branch, I'm Michael Silvers. Delighted to have you with us. The Katy Tigers are pretty much where everybody thought they'd be after 2 games here in 2012, and that's undefeated following wins over Klein and A-Leaf Taylor. Now, Brent Moody, head coach Gary Joseph, has himself a potent two-headed monster in his offensive backfield with senior Adam Taylor and sophomore Rodney Anderson.
Yeah, and it seems to be a recurring event at Katy that they have a guy that's due to be the featured back, and he goes down early in the season. Underclassman steps in and really performs, and then the next year they have a controversy at the position, and it's happened numerous times at Katy, and they're going to succeed with these guys here today.
The Woodlands Highlanders come into this game at 1-1 after losing to Dallas Skyline in Week 0. The Highlanders return home and got the response they wanted, defeating Hightower 29-7. And after 2 weeks, Jarrell quarterback Blaine Gillespie has proven to be quite the dangerous dual threat.
Yeah, when you're a dual threat, especially in high school, it's one of the hardest things to defend against. But you're going against the Katy Taylors, the most fundamental team that we've ever seen. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen with the Woodlands today.
We're nowhere done here from Woodforest Bank Stadium. The crowd expected to be sold out here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. And when we return, we take you down to the field to Jay Darnell. He'll be standing by with the head coach of the Katy Tigers, Gary Joseph. All that and more next here on Fox Sports Southwest.
A couple years of up all night and a few thousand diapers later, oh yeah, he loves that little girl.
All her life she's been coming toward you. Now that she's driving, she's going the other way.
There goes my life.
Thanks to State Farm's Steer Clear program, teens learn safer driving and parents gain peace of mind.
You a fanatic? Open a Texans checking account with First Community Credit Union and you could win a trip to the big game in New Orleans. Just visit TexansChecking.com and open your account. Signing up is easy and free. You'll get a customized Texans debit card. And best of all, you could win a trip to New Orleans for the big game or other great prizes like trips to Texans road games and the 2013 draft in New York City. Be a fanatic. Visit TexansChecking.com and sign up for your chance to win. First Community Credit Union, the official credit union of the Houston Texans.
Every morning is the same. We say hi to Mrs. Williams. We let everybody and their mama merge. And the one bright spot? McDonald's, where we get one of those sweet and creamy iced coffees.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Caramel, every day. Hazelnut?
McCafe iced coffee. Vanilla, hazelnut, or caramel. The choice is yours.
Tomorrow, we're going for a frappe. Who are you?
The simple joy of surprising yourself.
Back here for more of the pregame show, joined by Coach Gary Joseph, head coach of the Katy Tigers. Coach, you're 2-0. You've already played some big ball games, including one at Reliant Stadium where you came out with a huge win. Now you face another big game in the Woodlands. Talk about that rough early season schedule.
Well, it's tough. Hopefully it'll get us ready for district. It's helped show some of our weaknesses and help, point out some of the things that we need to work on. And after this game, we get to go back and reevaluate things. We've got an open week and it'll help us reevaluate where we're at, what we need to do, and what we have to do to sit there and get ready for the rest of the season.
Well, Coach, as I'm sure you know, you've watched a ton of film on the Woodlands. They have a pretty good squad also, barely lost to Skyline, played well last week. What have you seen from them tendency-wise that you think you can take advantage of today?
I don't know if we can take advantage of anything. They've got a good football team, and they lost to Skyline, and it was a game they could have won and had opportunities to win. So all you can ask for is an opportunity, and they were right there playing with them, and Skyline's got a lot of talent, and they were able to sit there and negate that, which really shows me that they've got a real good football team. They're very sound and very solid. The strength of their team offensively is probably their offensive line. Their quarterback has done a great job, but their offensive line has really done a good job protecting him. And of course, the new running back, the Carr kid, is really explosive and things. The thing that makes them so hard to defend, they're not a one-dimensional team. They can run and pass, equally well and do it about an equal amount of time. So it makes it very hard to defend. So, as far as tendencies are concerned, we understand that it's going to take a total team effort.
Well, Coach, y'all have run and passed the ball pretty well yourselves lately. Talk about your squad and kind of the senior leadership on the team, and who are those senior leaders?
Well, I think right now, defensively, we're led by Matt Diamond. He's our defensive end, and no question, he's our bell cow, and we have to have him play extremely well. We've had some good leadership from Quinn Atwood. He's one of our safeties, returning starter. Carson Strickler is one of our senior defensive players that does a pretty good job of leading and things. But, the whole overall deal, Cole Berry has stepped in at inside linebacker for Bo Brown from last year and really, really done a good job. He's still learning the position, and he's going to continue getting better. So those are kids that really have stepped up and led our defense. Offensively, we're led by probably our running back, Adam Taylor. Adam has really worked to get back, and he really hasn't found his groove yet. I can sense that, from watching him practice this past week, he's getting closer and things, and getting back to being the explosive back he is. Of course, we have a real fine wide out, another leader of our offense, and Kyle Fulks. Kyle's very, very explosive himself, and one of our big play guys we have to do a better job getting the ball to. Those are probably the two seniors that ball team offensively. We've got a sophomore running back that started for us last year as a freshman, and Rodney Anderson, and he's been able to do a lot of things, both catching and running the football.
Coach, appreciate the time here before the ball game.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate y'all doing this.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Coach Mark Schmidt, head coach of the Woodlands Highlanders.
College football returns to Reliance Stadium as the Big 12 faces off against the Big 10 at the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas, Friday, December 28th. Bring your family and friends to experience the passion, pageantry, and football tradition that can only be seen in the Lone Star State. For more information, go online to MeinekeCarCareBowlOfTexas.com or call 832-667-2390. We'll see you in December for a football celebration as big as Texas.
By Woodlands Highlanders head football coach, Coach Mark Schmidt. Coach, I don't know what you were thinking before the season. Why did you schedule these three extremely tough ball games right off the bat?
Well, it's not something that I really wanted to do. It was kind of out of necessity. You go through realignment and everything gets shuffled, and you've got to find people to play. And coming out of realignment, Gary and I agreed to play at realignment because he couldn't find anybody to play, and neither could I. And then Dallas Skyline was something that I had to do after realignment because I didn't have a week 0 game. But just one of those deals. But we're going to be better for it for going through that.
Talk about your squad a little bit now, and the guys that have stepped up that didn't have varsity experience before, mainly Patrick Carr, your running back, and your quarterback, Blaine Gillespie.
Yeah, I've really been pleased with our first-time varsity players. Patrick has done a great job of running the football, and he's gonna get better as he matures and as he grasps what we're doing more. Blaine, for a first-time varsity guy, he's done a great job at quarterback and running our offense. He's going to get better. And on defense, we've got a safety, Tyler Patrick, who's returning punts and done a great job for us. So I'm really pleased with those guys.
Oh, those guys have stepped up. But talk about some of the senior leadership from your squad this season. Got
great senior leadership in Mike Ciamataro. He plays linebacker and safety, and Jamie Taylor. They are our captains, and the kids respect them because they are who they are. They don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk, and our kids rally around them. And I couldn't ask for two better captains. And we've got some returning players that provide leadership at their spots. John Huckins and Sam Cronsage on the offensive line do a great job there. Colby Brown in the secondary. Cole Little with our linebacking core. Really pleased with our senior leadership.
Well, you played some big games already, of course, like we talked about, but this one's Katy. Were the guys a little bit more fired up this week during practice?
The kids are excited about it. We haven't played them in 2 years, and it's always been a good matchup all the way, from our freshman teams up to our varsity teams. So it's good for our program to be able to play teams that are as well coached as the Katy teams, and I think it makes our kids better, and we're excited about tonight.
Well, obviously you know a little bit about them. Talk about what they do offensively and defensively that you can not like I asked him, not that you can take advantage of, but things that you think you might be able to expose a little bit.
Well, offensively they want to run the football. that's their MO, and they've got a great back in Adam Taylor, and their offensive line is always solid, and so that's where they're going to hang their hat. And we've got to do a good job of getting them off the field. They want to wear you down by the fourth quarter, and that's kind of when they blow people out. We've got to hang in there strong and take care of business there. Stop the run and not get lulled with the run, because as soon as you do that, they're going to pop up and throw a play action pass for a touchdown. So, offensively they're pretty solid, and defensively, one of the things that we see on tape and watching them live is their defensive lineman Matt Diamond. He's been dominant in their first 2 games, and he's somebody that we're going to have to contend with. I feel good about our offensive line. I think that they're going to do a good job, but obviously he is a player that you have to be concerned with.
Coach, appreciate the time here before the ball game.
You bet. Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more of the pregame show live here on FoxSportsSouthwest.com.
At the Tradition at Northgate, the opportunities are endless. New ideas to explore, lifelong friendships to form. So much to accomplish, and you can do it all just steps from the Texas A&M campus. Walk to campus in just minutes. Think of all you could be doing because you're not commuting. Location is everything. Live green by walking to class or enjoying some of your free time in the heart of College Station's Uptown District, Northgate. Privacy is a way of life at the Tradition. Have your own bedroom in your fully furnished suite. Choose a 1 or 2 bedroom suite with extra thick walls between suites to keep things quiet when you need it. Don't worry about finding a roommate. The Tradition has roommate matching. Have your own space for studying, spending time with friends, or just relaxing after a long day in class. The Tradition is your home away from home. You'll find all the opportunities you need to make the most of your college experience. Whether you go to Texas A&M or Blinn, you will never get lost in the crowd. Live just like you would on campus, just do it steps away. Have the experience you want at the Tradition. The Edge Cafe, full-service dining hall. Fuel for your day full of choices and variety. Heated lap and volleyball pool. Fitness center with a view of campus. Academic Success Center. Academic success is the primary goal. Study rooms. It's the advantage of privacy. Surround sound movie theater. Watch what you want on the big screen. Attached covered parking. Park on your floor. Walk to your door. 24-hour reception and night courtesy officer. Free high-speed internet. You'll have more at the Tradition than any other housing option near campus. Your education is important, and where you live makes the difference in your college experience. Live more, commute less. The Tradition at Northgate.
When you're thinking of changing jobs or you're an employer needing to hire personnel, then you need to talk with Metter Staffing Services. Metter Staffing has been in business for over 4 decades and is one of the largest staffing services in the Houston area, servicing a national market. Metter Staffing has specialists wanting to serve you in the areas of engineering, accounting, administrative support, industrial, IT, marketing, and many other job categories. They have 7 locations to serve your staffing needs. Call 713-941-0616 and they can direct you to the office nearest you. Metter Staffing on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn.
Won't you be good to yourself? And don't you feel like coming home? It'll be like coming home.
Some rooms feel like a fishbowl. But in our roomy suites, you can spread out and live a little. With breakfast, dinner, and drinks included, you'll feel right at home.
How about an ale? Bigger. No, bigger still. Ah, it's good to be king. This fall, experience king-size dining, shopping, merriment, and more at the Texas Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets are on sale now at Randall's, Walgreens, Wood Forest National Bank, and online at TexRenFest.com. The Texas Renaissance Festival. Choose your own adventure.
Back here at Wood Forest Bank Stadium in Shenandoah, Texas. Marquee matchup of Week 2 across the state of Texas. And we wrap things up with the Katy Tigers and the Woodlands Highlanders. This series resuming. Last time these two schools met was back in 2009. The Woodlands have won the last two meetings dating back to 2009, 31-7, and then 47-0 in 2008. This series began in 2005, and ironically, for Katy Tiger fans, they can feel good knowing this. 4 out of the 5 years that the Tigers and the Highlanders have played, the Katy Tigers have went on to play for a state championship, winning it twice.
Represent the Highlanders, number 19, Jamie Taylor, and number 30.
Katy won the first 3 games of this series, dating back to 2005. The Tigers would go on to lose to South Lake Carroll that season in the 2005 state championship game. Katy defeated the Woodlands 10-7 in 2006. 2007, it was a 48-7 victory for the Tigers. They would go on to win their 4th state championship in school history by defeating Pflugerville 28-7. They scored 28 unanswered points in that game after trailing 7-0. 2008, the Woodlands' big victory over Katy, 47-0. Katy would lose 3 games in the regular season, with others coming at the hands of North Shore and Cinco Ranch. But the Tigers would persevere and defeat Wiley at Reliance Stadium for the state championship, which was the last time the Tigers have claimed the hardware. The Tigers won a 1A state championship all the way back in 1959. The Highlanders have only been to the state championship game once, an all-Houston final back in 2003 when they lost to North Shore 23-7. Time now for our keys to victory. Jarrell Branch, Brent Moody, you guys pick who's going first.
Well, for the Woodlands, really they're just going to have to play sound ball. They're going to have to gang tackle. They're going to have to be very, very fundamental. And also the dual threat quarterback, I mean, they're going to have more than just him. They're going to have to run the ball. They're going to have to pass. They're going to do a lot of things right to be able to beat this Katy Tigers.
I think for the Woodlands also defensively, if they can get in the backfield and slow down the running attack of Katy, force Katy to pass the ball, they have a good chance of winning this game. Katy's only gone to the air 18 times so far this season. If you can force them to pass, you can probably get some good field position.
Brandon Barbosa has the ball teed up at the 40, back deep for the Woodlands, Colby Brown and Garrett Harvey. An 82-degree day here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. We are underway. Taken across out to the 20-yard line. And Garrett Medor actually on the return. And out comes the Woodlands offense under offensive coordinator Jim Rapp. Your McDonald's starting lineups. The quarterback is senior Blaine Gillespie. 30 of 54 for 257 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 25 carries this season, calling his own number for 159 yards and 3 touchdowns. Up front, Hermson, Burnett, Rapp, Huckins, and Cronshag. Receivers are McCanna, Novak, Taylor, and Brown. In the backfield, sophomore Patrick Carr. Highlanders averaging 292.5 yards through 2 games here. A 1-1 record, losing to Dallas Skyline in week 0, coming back in their home opener and defeating Hightower 29-7. On 1st and 10, we've got an early penalty. Our referee is Rocky Marcinelli.
You know, that's one thing you definitely don't want to do against a sound team like Katy, is have the mental mistakes of jumping off sides, not being able to hit a snap count. The thing is, Katy travels so well. I mean, when you look over there across, to the other side of the stadium, it's almost pretty full of red.
It's a near sellout here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. 1st and 15 now for the Highlanders. On the ground, they begin with Patrick Carr straight ahead. And Colton Asham comes in to make the tackle. Looked like that actually was a keeper for Blaine Gillespie, who is the team's leading rusher, and a loss of about 2 on the play. Katy's defense brought to you by McDonald's. Diamond, Geisler, Wilkerson up front. Asham, Blomstrom, Barry, Strickler in the linebacking core. Harper, Brown, Atwood, and Ebright in the secondary. 2nd down and long. Gillespie fires to the left side. Little inaccurate, but a catch is made by Bailey Novak, his first reception of the season for the junior, to the 16-yard line, a 3-yard pass play.
Yeah, and he had to come down to the turf to make the catch. So as soon as he makes that catch, he's down there and well away from the chains.
So after the penalty, the lost yardage, and the completed pass, it is 3rd down and 15 for the Highlanders. 3-man front for the Tigers. Gillespie slings it to the slot man, and it is incomplete, thrown slightly behind Houston Brown. Brown led the team against Skyline with 6 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown. Had a team-high 37 yards on 5 receptions last week with a touchdown.
That looked like a very great setup play. I mean, he was wide open in the middle. Nice. He had plenty of time as he dropped back. He knew exactly what he was going to. Nice ball on the rope. And really, he just couldn't handle it.
And Isaiah Brown was just a split second late getting there for an interception.
Isaiah Brown, Tanner Ebright back deep to receive. This Woodlands punt. And check it, it's going to be Rodney Anderson back there. He was one of the guys listed as one of the punt returners on the 2 deep, but was listed behind the aforementioned 2, and he gets a solid return down inside the 35 to the 33-yard line.
Katy did a good job of not letting the Woodlands actually get downfield, because by the time he received that ball, I mean, the Woodlands, they weren't even close to him.
And Dreetzo's on the punt. And out comes the Katy Tiger offense under offensive coordinator B.J. Gott, led out by junior quarterback Kylie Huddleston, 11-17, 234 yards this season and 4 touchdowns. And they begin in Highlander territory. Anderson starting as a receiver, comes in motion, handoff Adam Taylor, pounds his way inside the 25, close to 1st down yardage on Katy's first offensive play from scrimmage.
They're trying to get Taylor started early, give him some touches so he can get warmed up and try to beat up this linebacking core of the Woodlands Highlanders.
Look at the Woodlands defense. Miller, Burkett, Lowell up front in the linebacking core. Little, Birdsong, Clay, and Gilstrap. Brown and Murphy, the cornerbacks. Tyler Patrick, Mike Ciamatero are in the safety spots. 2nd down and a yard for the Tigers. Anderson split out. Top of your screen, and on the delay, it is Adam Taylor spinning down inside the 20 to the 16-yard line for a 7-yard run and a Tiger 1st down.
The Highlanders, they have a full 8 in the box, and Katy's still being able to run on them. If Taylor's able to keep his balance here, I mean, he's home free into the end zone.
Yeah, but you got to like his ability to make that cut after having that serious injury last year. He's got the confidence in his knee to make that spin move when he had with defense bearing down on him.
Taylor came in with 134 yards rushing, had over 1,500 yards as a sophomore, spent, like Brent said, last season on the injured list. And Taylor, again, stretches down to the 5 inside the red zone, close to another Tiger 1st down.
Yeah, and his sophomore year, he had to split time at running back, and then you were looking for him to be the featured back last year, his junior year, and just had that injury.
Taylor only had 16 carries last week, ran for 62 yards with a 5-yard score in the win over A-Leaf Taylor. A-Leaf Taylor, when you look at the statistics, out-statisticed Katy, but they came up with some big defensive plays, did the Tigers, and worked with some short fields to get the 23-9 win. Handoff up the middle. This time the Woodlands ready for it up front. Cody Burkett, the teeth of the defense, stopping Taylor at the 5 for a yard on the gain.
Yeah, from what I hear, A-Leaf Taylor has like 10 D1 commits.
Or at least some prospects.
Wow. Surprised Katy didn't get him. They all rebelled or something. We're not going to Katy.
Power I formation, 2 tight ends set on 2nd and goal from the 5. Anderson in the backfield goes in motion, sets up as a wing. Pitch, and it's Adam Taylor trying to follow, blocks, and he does. Touchdown, Tigers.
28, Adam Taylor.
Just a great job by Adam Taylor following his blocks, got out to the left side. It looked like the quarterback got in there late and made the last block to free him into the end zone.
One thing that I've seen from the Highlanders, they've been waiting for Katy to come to them. They haven't really, gone and attacked, or they're not really gang tackling anything like that at all.
Manny Mendoza tacks on the extra point early here in the first. 7-0 Tigers.
is the same. We say hi to Mrs. Williams. We let everybody in their mama merge. And the one bright spot? McDonald's, where we get one of those sweet and creamy iced coffees.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Caramel, every day. Hazelnut?
McCafe iced coffee. Vanilla, hazelnut, or caramel. The choice is yours.
Tomorrow, we're going for a frappe. Who are you?
The simple joy of surprising yourself.
Adam Taylor 7, the Woodlands nothing. That opening drive by the Tigers featured 5 runs by the senior running back Adam Taylor.
And when you have the quality of a running back like Adam Taylor, you want to try to get him started early. You want to get his confidence built up knowing that he can run against his defense. And Katy did just that. I mean, every single touch, he had the ball.
Harvey and Lador. Back deep to receive and a high end over and kick.
Uh-oh.
This one booted. Loose ball, and it will go out of bounds. And the Woodlands avoid disaster. They'll start inside their own 15, but it could have been a whole lot worse.
You're right, Mike. As this ball comes to him, it just, hits him right in the chest and just bounce off of him. And a Woodlands player actually hit it and knocked it out of bounds, luckily.
So take 2 for the Highlanders after they go 3 and out in their first possession.
And really, it's about nerves right now. I think they just need to calm down and relax. They have a good offense, and just from the plays that they ran the first series, you could tell that, okay, there's some openings there. They just need to execute now.
4 receivers in the lineup. Carr off the right shoulder of Blaine Gillespie. Handoff to the sophomore. And Carr squeezes his way to the 20-yard line. Carr last week scored on a 9-yard run, had 52 yards on 13 carries, came in to this game with 146 yards in 2 games.
Carr did a good job of getting behind that big guard and just powering through those 2 tacklers to continue to fall forward.
Pickup of 7 yards on first down.
Asham and Diamond team up for the tackle.
Diamond committed to Oklahoma back in March. The Katy defense have allowed only 16 points through the first 2 games here in 2012. And they give up the first down on a run by Gillespie to the 25-yard line, a gain of 5.
6'3", 250-pound defensive end. Like, he didn't even have to send any recruitment tape. Just show a picture of him in pads, and somebody's going to come get him. That kid is huge.
A yearbook picture.
1st and 10. Back on the ground to Carr. Carr off left tackle out to the 30. There to finish him off was Tanner Ebright. But a good 6-yard run for Patrick Carr, and Highlander slowly starting to build something here in their second offensive possession as we come down to 7 minutes to go.
You and I have been doing this for 10 years. I think there's been an Ebright and an Atwood in the secondary for the Katy Tigers every year.
High snap goes through the hands of Gillespie. He tries to pick it up, and he's able to smother it. We'll see where they spot the ball. These are miscues that you just cannot commit against the Katy Tiger team. We do have a flag down far side of the field.
They're going to say offsides on Katy.
And again, a little bit of disaster averted by the Highlanders. They boot the kickoff. Fortunate for them, it goes out of bounds. Then the high snap goes through the hands of Gillespie, but it's all for naught. Another thing where the Woodlands can be fortunate because of the Katy penalty for offside. Last week, Katy were penalized just 3 times in their win over A-Leaf Taylor for 15 yards. Highlanders put up 269 total offensive yards against Hightower in their win 29-7. On the ground to Carr on 1st and 10. He will go absolutely nowhere.
Couldn't get to the edge. Diamond did an excellent job not allowing himself to be blocked, and then Asham was able to just come right off the edge and make that tackle for no gain.
I mean, he just went right through that offensive line. I mean, in 75, he's a big kid. Sam Kronsage, I mean, he's not little. He's not small at all. It's just about really getting low and playing good technique on that.
To the left side, it is Patrick Carr on 2nd down. Angles his way to the 41-yard line where he is tackled by Tim Wilkerson. Gain of 6, third down.
One thing I like about Patrick Carr is he has great field vision. The way they run this offense and the way they try to spread it out, and he is able to cut up field on a dime once he sees a little bit of an opening. He's so quick and so fast.
Third down and 4. Gillespie fires to the slot man, caught by Houston Brown into Tiger territory for the third down conversion and a first down. Quinn Atwood on this coverage. He led the team in 2011 with 4 interceptions.
Good job of just dropping back, seeing his receiver. This is the exact same play that they ran earlier, that Brown drop, but the ball was thrown a little bit behind him. But this was an excellent run play.
11 yards on the pitch and catch. And going deep, Gillespie firing, and Sean McCanna sees that one go about 5 yards further and bounce into the end zone. Cover supplied by Chris Harper, the senior cornerback for the Tigers.
Yeah, that ball just well overthrown. Harper wisely got in front of the wide receiver and just kind of slowed down, didn't give him any opportunity to try to make a play on it.
And, you know, that's one of those type of plays you just kind of throw the ball down the field to see if you might get a little bumping down there. You might get a interference call or something like that. Just continue to give you a little bit more momentum.
Second down. Highlanders will scrimmage from the Tiger 48, and slow developing play, and Gillespie ate the ball back in his own half of the field. They'll lose yardage about 7, maybe 6, back to their own 46.
That play just took way too long to develop, and the offensive line in that type of situation, you've got to be able to prevent that defensive line to penetrate like that. And Katy, they weren't fooled at all. They were going to get back there in that backfield.
They tried to send Bailey Novak in an end around and just never got there. And Blaine Gillespie just sat there waiting for him while the defense was coming from his blind side.
Third down and 16. Gillespie throws over the middle, and it is intercepted by Quinn Atwood. His first interception of 2012. As mentioned, he had 4 last season. He returns it back to midfield.
It was when Quinn Atwood's dropped back there. I mean, he has perfect coverage. And when he catches the ball, he looks around because he's like, was that ball meant for me or was it meant for that guy?
There was 4 white jerseys in the area. Just a bad choice to throw that ball.
Yeah, guys, you're right. He wasn't really covering him. I believe the receiver was supposed to run a square route, which means he was supposed to break inside, and instead he kind of ran a post, which kind of went straight down the field, and that's why the miscommunication was there.
On first down, Huddleston. Pocket collapses, and he will take it himself straight ahead for first down yardage on the scramble down to the 38-yard line. A 12-yard pickup for Huddleston.
Just a great decision there. Huddleston on the play action couldn't find anybody, found a little hole up the middle of the field and tucks the ball, picks up 12 yards. Great decision by the quarterback.
Yeah, he felt the pressure, didn't he? Huddleston went 4 for 6 for 60 yards last week, threw a 12-yard touchdown pass to Logan Lister, his tight end, threw 3 touchdown passes in the 48-7 win over Klein back in week 0. Folks in motion, another play action. Huddleston throws, and just thrown behind a streaking Kyle Folks. He makes the catch. He's in for 6.
I just don't think they were on the same page there. Folks was just streaking up the field and looked like Huddleston threw as he was going to go out to the sideline.
And I think the pressure that the Woodlands was giving him on that outside edge didn't help either. He was just really trying to get that ball out of his hands.
4:08 remaining in quarter number 1, 7-0 Tigers. Packed house here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. Week 2 concluding with a marquee matchup. First meeting since 2009 between the Katy Tigers and the Woodlands Highlanders. Pitch to Adam Taylor. Tries to get to the edge, and he'll keep his balance, tippy-toe down the sideline. Run out of bounds at the 32-yard line, scampering for 6 yards.
Adam Taylor's just punishing guys on defense. He's a big guy. I mean, he's strong, he's physical, and he's not going to go out easily.
Well, and Huddleston out in front of him is a pretty big quarterback. Does a great job getting the edge for Adam Taylor, and then Adam Taylor showing his balance, being able to stay in bounds, pick up the extra couple of yards, and try to punish someone as he goes out of bounds.
Tyler Patrick tripping him up, forcing Adam Taylor to perform that balancing act. Third down and 4 from the Highlander 32. on the ground. This is Rodney Anderson breaking into the secondary, into the 20-yard line to the 19. Third down conversion on the game's first third down for Katy, and they pass with flying colors.
There's just a huge hole there that he was able to run through, and I'm surprised that hole is really that big, especially on 3rd and 4. You would think that they really would have stacked that box.
Anderson, 13 carries coming in for the sophomore, 84 yards. Had just under 1,200 yards last season with 16 touchdowns as a freshman, forced into action due to the injury to Adam Taylor. 1st and 10 from the 20, handoff, and it's going to go to the fullback, Alex Fisher. Fisher, a rare carry, takes it down inside the 10. Looks to be enough for another Tiger first down.
And they caught everybody off guard with this play. Fisher gets the ball, the first man through, and there's not any great job by the Katy Tigers up front, getting a helmet on somebody. Great job blocking.
And Fisher did a great job of holding on to that ball. He has a cast on his left hand, and to be able to even take that handoff without fumbling, he did a great job.
Chains will come out for a measurement. Gary Joseph was quoting as saying last week, now keep in mind that the Tigers had 5 fumbles. They fumbled the ball twice in back-to-back fashion inside the 5-yard line. They did not turn the ball over once, and Gary Joseph said, and obviously that's a good thing because we couldn't afford to have any turnovers in that game. And so far, the Woodlands have a turnover, and Katy on the doorstep looking to cash in.
They're going to say he came up just a little short.
This game's also being broadcast on the Legacy Sports Network, being seen live on foxsportssouthwest.com.
That is correct.
All your friends who couldn't make it tonight, pull that up and they can watch the Highlander. Be sure to visit Legacy Sports Network.
We're just going to let them say that.
This game and listen to and watch other games around the greater Houston area in the state of Texas. That's the Legacy Sports Network, online at www.legacysportsnetwork.com.
And our audio engineer, Scott Sullivan, wants to make sure everybody hears.
Those people that are hearing it are already watching it.
2nd down and inches, under center, Huddleston. Pitch. Adam Taylor straight ahead, bouncing through traffic, and will be stood up just outside of the 5, but it'll be good enough for yet another Tiger first down.
It's kind of pinballed down to the 4-yard line.
One thing the Woodlands, what they're doing, they're diving at his feet, and you're not going to be able to dive at his feet. Not someone this strong, and this person, he has so much balance, he has so much quickness. You're going to have to really keep your feet moving, watch his belt. You can't watch him shake you. They're just going at his feet right now.
1st and goal with the power right backfield. Adam Taylor, straight ahead, touchdown, Katy. A 5-yard touchdown run. Adam Taylor, 14 now, as he has scored both touchdowns for the Katy Tigers tonight.
Adam Taylor just saw a little hole and hit it as hard as he could, and once he saw that goal line, he knew he was there. It looks so easy for him. They've been giving him the ball. It's funny, they started out the series not giving him the ball, and they said, you know what, let's go back to him. And as soon as they go back to him, they end up scoring again.
And the extra point is through from Manny Mendoza. 2:52 remaining in quarter number 1. Katy out in front 14-0. This is Saturday Night Football presented by Texas Emergency Care Center.
Following footage was captured at a local grocery store. This man just took money from his bank that wasn't in his account. Did you catch it? Let's see that again. There, he just got 10 cents back for every $10 or more purchase on his debit card with cashback counts checking from Community Bank. Imagine a bank that actually pays you to use your debit card. Swipe all you can from your bank. Community Bank of Texas. Bank where you live.
$14-0 Katy. We'll tell you how they did it in just a moment, but first, kickoff from Brandon Barbosa. Here's Mador from the 10 to the 30. Out to the 35 for a 25-yard kickoff return. Let's check in with these drive summaries. It's been the Adam Taylor show so far here in the first quarter.
Started out with a 5-yard touchdown run by Adam Taylor, capping up a drive of 5 plays, 32 yards, 2 minutes and 32 seconds off the clock. The extra point attempt was good. That score coming with 8:09 left in the first, 7-0 Katy. Then a 6-yard touchdown run by Adam Taylor, capping off a 7-play drive, 50 yards, 1 minute, 48 seconds off the clock. That score coming with 2:52 left in the first. It's 14-0 Katy on top of the Woodlands.
Would you say this is a must drive for the Woodlands?
Most definitely.
Get some points?
Yeah, they need some momentum, and really that kickoff return would give them a good boost.
Yeah, Barbosa, the kicker, was the guy that made the tackle.
Handoff to Patrick Carr. Not much doing as he tries to go up the middle. Forward progress stopped at the 37, just a 2-yard gain. And leading the way, Jake Blomstrom, junior inside linebacker. For defensive coordinator Matt McDaniel.
And the Woodlands has to keep trying to move the ball on the ground so they can try to get something in their play action.
Gillespie will throw on second down. Forced to scramble to his right. Dumps it off, it bobbles, and falls incomplete. Intended for Carr with coverage by Blomstrom.
Looked like he had space out there on the right.
Yeah.
If Carr turns around and makes a block for him, I think he probably could have picked up the first down or got close to it.
And it's one of those things, they're just not flowing right now. The Woodlands is kind of they're going through the motions. They're not using their instinctive football abilities out there. I mean, they're just running the plays how the plays should be run, but you have to be able to see the field for what it is.
3rd down and 8 from the 37 for the Highlanders. Gillespie fires out of the reach of Jamie Taylor. Taylor caught 4 passes for 19 yards last week against Hightower. Came in with 50 yards receiving and a touchdown. But this time, quarterback Blaine Gillespie fails to find him. And another punt situation on 3 and out for the Woodlands.
Well, and they really need to get a good punt here and pin Katy deep in their own territory. Katy's 2 possessions have started from the Woodlands 32, and the second possession started from the 50.
And Treats Oates to deliver the punt. Personnel late coming on the field for the Highlanders. Anderson from the 30.
Ooh, blocking the break.
Anderson to midfield and out of bounds.
He missed one.
No flag. And Anderson back into Highlander territory. Here's the Gridiron Legends Golf Tournament presented by Office Max on November 5th at the Woodlands Tournament Course. Tee-off is at 10 a.m. and all foursomes will get to golf with a Texas sports legend equaling a fivesome. Proceeds benefit Del Pelchin Children's Center. Sponsorships start at $3,000. Foursomes available for $1,500. For more information, visit www.MeineckeCarCareBowlOfTexas.com. Follow the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas on Twitter. And I interrupted Brent Moody, so please finish your thought after this first play, would you? Out of the pistol. New look for the Tigers. Quick pass, complete. Kyle Folks, his first grab of the night, takes it inside the 40. Down to the 39-yard line, a 4-yard catch.
Well, I was going to say, it really looks like Rodney Anderson misses the carries that he was getting last year on that kick return. It looked like he just kind of jumped right in front of Isaiah Brown and stole that one away from him.
He's like, excuse me, Isaiah.
I ran as a freshman.
I got this.
Good 5-yard completion. Andy Coonrod checks in, splits out to the top of your screen. 2nd down and 5. An I-formation backfield. Anderson, the deep man. He'll get the call. Anderson will be tackled in the open field.
That's one of the best open field tackles that we've seen from the Woodlands this evening, especially against a running back.
Well, it kind of looks like he was going to hand the ball off to Coonrod. If you see him coming back, he wasn't coming back to make a block. It looked like he was coming back to get the ball.
Reverse, yeah.
Tackle was made by Tyler Murphy. 1 yard on the run for Anderson. 3rd down for the Tigers. Woodlands need a stop here. We're inside the final minute of the first quarter, a 14-0 Katy lead.
This is just the second 3rd down attempt for Katy.
Trey Dunn checks into the lineup. Comes in motion towards the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 4. Play action pass. Huddleston scrambles, in trouble. Huddleston will be sacked back at the 45-yard line. Zach Krolsick, backup defensive end, comes in to make the stop, got some help, but a 3-and-out forced by this Highlander defense.
And that's a great stop for the Woodlands. This is something that they needed, and it just looks like there's so much disruption up there. And look at the defensive line getting back there, continue to move around, doing a great job of getting off blocks. That's something that we expected from the beginning of the game, and they made some great adjustments on that play.
That brings us to the end of the first quarter. The score, the Katy Tigers 14, the Woodlands Highlanders nothing. We'll return to start the second quarter after these messages here on Fox Sports Southwest.
Nestled in the comfort of the Texas Gulf Coast, Deer Park, Texas continues to prove why the birthplace of Texas is on everyone's mind. Voted best affordable suburb by the Bloomberg Business Week, Deer Park is home to many businesses and continues to grow in population and industry. With its close proximity to the Houston Ship Channel, Deer Park is home to many industrial leaders like Dow and Shell. Voted in the top 10 most affordable places to live by CNN Money, Deer Park lures many new residents year-round. These residents enjoy the comforts of many retail outlets, recreational locations, and historic sites like the Battleship Texas and San Jacinto Monument. And with a recognized school district that boasts award-winning athletic, culinary, and journalism programs, Deer Park continues to gain the attention of people nationwide. Come see what everyone's talking about and make your next visit to Texas a rebirthing experience in the birthplace of Texas. Don't worry, boots and jeans are optional. Work, stay, play, explore. That's Deer Park, Texas. Uniquely you.
Austin Adams out to punt it away for the first time this afternoon. Tyler Patrick back deep to receive for the Highlanders.
Wow.
Patrick will let it bounce. Bounces up in the air. And this is an excellent punt executed by Austin Adams.
I mean, just the height of this punt was just beautiful. It gave Katy enough time to run underneath the ball and set up, and whether that ball was going to roll or not, somebody was there to stop it.
Yeah, and after the momentum built by the Woodlands defense to force that 3-and-out, then the offense just gets this terrible starting field position. They've got to get some breathing room. They've got to be able to move the sticks.
42-yard punt executed by Austin Adams, and the Highlanders pinned just outside the shadow of their end zone. If you can take a look, you see the shadows of Woodforest Bank Stadium and then the sunlight where the ball is placed at the 3-yard line. Shotgun for Blaine Gillespie, Carr off his right shoulder. The give is to Patrick Carr. The sophomore looks to get to the edge. He turns the corner, takes it out to the 8-yard line. Give him 5.
And see, that's something the Woodlands can do all game long. Just kind of pick, 5 yards at a time, 3-4 yards at a time. That's something they can do, but they get out of rhythm. They, have tiny mistakes as far as quarterback center exchange, things like that.
Oh, Diamond had the angle on him, but he wanted the safety so bad he dove too early and wasn't able to get to him.
So far, 23 rushing yards given up by Katy. They held Adaleaf Taylor to just 5 yards rushing last week. Firing over the middle, Gillespie finds Houston Brown to the 25-yard line, 18 yards on the pass play. Quinn Atwood on the coverage.
Great catch by Brown coming across the middle and all that traffic.
Quinn Atwood.
4th first down on the game for the Woodlands. And
good job of standing tall in the pocket, throwing a dart to Brown. Brown using his hands. Always love it when receivers use their hand, not their body.
And Gillespie has no problem going back towards Quinn Atwood's direction. Atwood already with an interception. Picking off Gillespie back in the first quarter. Run by Carr to just inside the 40. The 30. A 3-yard pickup. Highlanders trying to keep that rushing game going. Had 180 yards rushing against Hightower just a week ago in their first win right here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. They're dealt with 2nd down and 6. They'll scrimmage from their own 29. Quick pass, and that one batted at the line of scrimmage. Intended to go to Houston Brown. Cover supplied by Isaiah Brown. Interesting about Isaiah Brown. Last week, had a 72-yard interception return for a touchdown. Picked off 3 passes in 2011. Has 2 interceptions this season. Gary Joseph said on Brown, you've got to have somebody come through and make some plays for you on both sides of the ball. And I was very proud of Isaiah. He's one of those kids who we kept waiting for him to make plays. Pass over to the left side, incomplete. Intended for Sean McKenna, and that brings up a Highlander 4th down.
And he had Sean McKenna, open on that sideline. It's just a bit underthrown. I don't know if he was pressured.
That was 1 of 5 now on 3rd down attempts for the Woodlands. That drive started out, they were moving the ball, they were having some success, and just kind of died down.
I think if the Woodlands would continue to try to run the ball a little bit, pick away at, Katy, they could do a little dump pass or something like that to get the first down, but they just been out of rhythm the entire game.
Blaine Gillespie stays in the lineup to execute the punt. Low line drive kick taken by Ebright inside his own 40, up the right sideline. Check it, that's Isaiah Brown, and Isaiah Brown to the 35 in Highlander territory. And another offensive series for the Tigers will begin in the Woodlands half of the field.
This is the second time on a punt where it looked like the Woodlands had great field coverage, but then and that's a block in the back that was missed as well. It's a couple of these little things here and there that Katy's just been able to win off of and take advantage of, because Woodlands did a great job of covering that time.
Coming up near the conclusion of tonight's game, we will select the Raising Cane's player of the game. Raising Cane's, the champion of chicken fingers.
Yeah, they are.
1st and 10 from the 35, and Brent Moody has firsthand experience. Pass play, left side, complete. Rodney Anderson with a stiff arm. Anderson stays in bounds and stays on his feet, dives to the pylon. He's going to be down at the 1-foot line.
Well, it sure looked like he got in there. Gonna check the replay.
Nice little flare route.
See if he steps out.
Another diving at his feet, can't dive at his feet. Then he says, I'm going to go ahead and punish you a little bit.
That effort from Tyler Patrick coming from behind Colby Brown. Nonetheless, 1st down and goal from inside the 1-yard line. Power I formation. Handoff. Adam Taylor dives. Touchdown. 3 touchdowns here in the first half by Adam Taylor. He now has 6 here in 2012.
How fun does this have to be for Adam Taylor? Let me go over the top. Let me run around you. Let me run through you.
Especially after missing 90% of 2011 with a knee injury and ACL.
And the sophomore gets you 34 yards down the field, and then the senior gets all the credit and gets the 6 points.
Mendoza adds the extra point. 9:45 left here in the second quarter. All Katy at 21-0. And this is Saturday Night Football, presented by Texas Emergency Care Center. Michael Silvers, Brent Moody, and Jarrell Branch. Jade Arneal down on the field. Back here at Wood Forest Bank Stadium, Adam Taylor has scored all 3 Katy Tiger touchdowns so far tonight. Here's your latest drive summary.
1-yard touchdown run by Adam Taylor caps off a drive of 2 plays, 35 yards, and only 15 seconds off the clock. Extra point attempt was good. That score coming with 9:45 left in the second quarter. It's 21-0 Katy on top of the Woodlands.
Barbosa for the kickoff, and it is taken up the right sideline by Medor. And they'll mark him at the 25-yard line.
The Woodlands, they have the athletes to turn around in this game. They do. but they're going to have to get their minds right. They can't be overwhelmed by who they're playing. They can't be overwhelmed by this huge crowd on the side of Katy. They can't be overwhelmed by the commits on Katy's side. They have to just get in the game, execute, but use their football instincts, use that football ability that they have to get down the field, and they just kind of been thrown off a little bit. They've had a little bit of favor here and there, but they just got to execute now.
Woodlands have a couple of D1 commits on the right side of their offensive line. Jonathan Huckins and Sam Kronchak both are committed to play Pac-12 football with Colorado. Keeper, not much there. Lane Gillespie tackled behind the line of scrimmage at the 23.
Geisler got there first.
Hey, guys, one thing I have noticed is this defensive line of Katy is getting such a good jump because Blaine Gillespie, the quarterback for the Woodlands, all he's doing is clapping his hands. Then the center looks back and snaps the ball. So there's no plus side for as an offensive lineman there. You can't get a good jump because you don't know the snap count. It's the exact same every time.
2nd down and 12. Thanks, Jay. And under pressure again, Gillespie is sacked back inside his own 20-yard line.
Jay, you made a great comment on that. I mean, because really that's if the defense knows the snap count every single time, there's no possible way that they can even sit back on their heels. You're right. And they're just coming at him. I mean, he doesn't have time to look through any type of progression. They can't get through his fakes.
That was Colton Asham and Matt Diamond, along with Tim Wilkerson, all in to sack the quarterback, Blaine Gillespie, and it's quickly 3rd down and 16. Gillespie will throw, feels the pressure, scrambles to his left, in trouble. Wilkerson is chasing him down, and Gillespie will run out of bounds. And the ball will be spotted out about the 17-yard line. Another yard on the loss. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 16, a 2-yard loss.
And Katy dropped so many people back, he just had nowhere to throw that ball. And this is one of those things where, there's no reason to run it out. He's not going to outrun 4 Katy guys outside. Just go ahead and throw the ball away.
8:25 remaining in the second quarter. And the Woodlands about to give Katy the ball again with some excellent field position. Katy has been the beneficiary of some great starting field position on good punt returns, etc. Low line drive, a spinning kick, driving Brown back to the 39-yard line. And Brown back into Highlander territory, stays on his feet, takes it down to the 42-yard line.
This Katy punt return team has just done a great job of just setting up their return men every single time.
44-yard punt, but look at the return by Isaiah Brown.
I mean, just shifty. Continues to move his feet, has great balance.
Katy Tigers yet to start an offensive possession on their side of the field. The worst field position they've started with, is the 50.
Isaiah Brown with offers on the table from New Mexico and Tulsa. Getting some good looks by some D1 schools. 1st and 10, Huddleston on the play fake. Play action, throws it down, and Anderson is wide open at the 10. Touchdown. 42 yards, and Huddleston finds Anderson for the Tiger touchdown.
They've been doing nothing but running the ball. Play action works pretty well, and everyone bid on it. Anderson's wide open. He's so wide open, he has to make a play on the ball to come back to it.
Right, yeah. I mean, he put a lot of air to that ball. I mean, I don't know if he was really expecting him to be that wide open. But great job of fooling the defense. I mean, everybody committed to the run.
The extra point by Barbosa. Check it, Mendoza is good. 28-0. The Tigers have come into Wood Forest Bank Stadium and have put it on the Woodlands here in the first half.
Hello, I'm Gerald Burke. And I'm Morgan Burke. I graduated from the Woodlands High School in 1998. I played football and I ran track there.
Morgan and I are lawyers. We office at 24 Waterway, Suite number 660 in the Woodlands.
I was a former prosecutor here in Montgomery County. Now I handle the criminal work at our office.
I've been practicing for more than 30 years. If you have a legal concern, contact us at 713-862-7766 or check us out at thehometownlawyer.com.
And as always, go Highlanders.
Yes, sir.
Next Saturday on Saturday Night Football presented by Texas Emergency Care Center, it's an afternoon District 13 5A matchup as the defending state champion Katy Wildcats battle the Klein Oak Panthers. Coverage from Klein Memorial Stadium will begin at 3:45 right here on FoxSportsSouthwest.com. What can the Woodlands Highlanders possibly do right now as they are staring right at a 28-0 deficit?
You know, I was thinking about that. I can't come up with anything. It's just one of those things where execution is going to have to be key. The offensive line has to do a better job of blocking that defensive line and get it going here.
Here's Medor. They could use a good return. Medor out across the 25 to the 27 where he's tackled down on special teams by DeAnthony Bennett. Here's your latest drive summary for the Katy Tigers.
42-yard touchdown pass from Huddleston to Anderson caps off a drive of only one play, 42 yards and 21 seconds off the clock. The extra point attempt was good. That score coming with 8:04 left in the second quarter. It's 28-0. Katy on top of the Woodlands.
And I think the Woodlands, they need to do what was working, before. They need to go ahead and just continue to run the ball. Run the ball, try to get the quarterback, Gillespie faking, get him running a little bit.
And again with a run straight up the gut. Patrick Carr goes nowhere.
They're going to have to make an adjustment with no snap count and the Katy Tigers knowing that they're just going to have these two guys, Carr and Gillespie, running for their lives the rest of the game. They've got to do something different in the play calling.
Matt Diamond on the tackle. Through 2 games, Katy averaging 194 yards of offense allowed per game.
Yeah, that was a great observation by Jay. I mean, literally these defensive linemen are just waiting. Even the linebackers, because they're blitzing, and they might have a package, and they're just going.
Gillespie throws, and it is caught by Houston Brown. With room to run down the sideline, Brown cuts it inside, and he will score. A big play for the Woodlands Highlanders results in a Woodlands touchdown. 72 yards.
And that was all Houston Brown on that play. What a great job.
3 catches, 101 yards, 72 of which to Houston Brown.
Great job of just catching that ball over the cornerback and then just using his speed and being creative and cutting back inside. And even with the ball, giving him a little ball fake, almost looked like a little basketball move, able to get past that defender to get in the end zone. He wasn't going to be denied.
Cornerback jumped the route, looking for the interception. The extra point is through. Off the leg of Alex Garcia. The Woodlands are on the board, but trail by 21 here in the second.
Made with 100% Arabica beans, just the right amount of cream and served over ice. It's the perfect match. Enjoy McCafe iced coffee with a touch of your favorite flavor. Or for an icy blended treat, try McCafe Frappe, the simple joy of a refreshing start.
Sun continuing to set here in Shenandoah, Texas. And the Highlanders have found the end zone for the first time here in the first half. For more on that, here's Brent Moody.
72-yard touchdown pass from Gillespie to Brown caps off a drive of 72 yards. 2 plays, 51 seconds off the clock. The extra point attempt was good. That score coming with 7:14 left in the second quarter. It's 28-7. Katy on top of the Woodlands.
Garcia stands 2 yards back from the 40. And maybe this time Katy will start in their own half of the field as Anderson fields that one and will be gang tackled as he crosses the 30-yard line. 28-7 Tigers with 7:08 to play in the second quarter.
Good job of changing it up with a little pooch kick to try to back Katy up, and really he just had nowhere to go because it allowed them, the Woodlands, to get down the field and be able to have a good coverage on that play. But what I want to see from the Woodlands right now is I want to see them have a spark from that great touchdown run from Brown. This is something that will give you momentum and give you confidence. But one thing that they've been doing on defense is they've been diving at the running back's feet. They've been diving at the receiver's feet. They need to do a better job of tackling.
Tigers will start and scrimmage from their own 32 out of the pistol formation. Huddleston turns and hands it off to Adam Taylor. Big run on first down to the 39-yard line.
Ball carrier number 28, Adam
Gain of 7 for Adam Taylor, who has 3 touchdowns so far in this first half for the Tigers on 10 carries, 57 yards rushing.
And Katy's just so deep. They just keep subbing out fresh legs out onto the field.
The wide side of the field split to the top of your screen. Trey Dunn checking into the lineup. One man in motion is Andrew Inglett. On the delay, Adam Taylor tackled in the backfield. Mike Ciamatero forced a fumble last week that led to a touchdown on a scoop and score by the other safety, Tyler Patrick, in to make the stop. Loss of 2 back at the 37.
He just did a good job of coming up from the safety position. He seemed like he just read the play immediately.
Just the third down attempt upcoming for Katy.
He said in regards to the forced fumble last week, I was the safety that play, saw the gap open up, just did my job. We were taught in practice that if we saw them breaking the pocket, we were to attack immediately.
And see, and he did exactly that on that play. Great job of just throwing his body out there and being reckless.
Third down from the 37. I formation for the Tigers. Highlander stacked the box. Huddleston waggles to his right. Throws complete to Anderson for first down yardage and more to the 49-yard line. A 12-yard reception for sophomore Rodney Anderson.
2 of 3 on third down attempts. That's the 8th first down of the first half for Katy, and their offense is just firing on all cylinders.
There was just a wall of blockers there that just didn't allow the Woodlands to disrupt Huddleston at all. I mean, he had so much time to just set up the play and let the play develop.
That third down conversion hushes the Woodlands fans here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. Back on the ground to Adam Taylor off tackle left. Takes it into Highlander territory. Tackled down on the play by Zach Grolsick. And a gain of 3 for Adam Taylor.
The Woodlands is almost there. You know, this series, they've done a lot better job of attacking, being a little bit more reckless, and using more instinct. They seemed really reserved earlier, like they were kind of afraid of, you know, not being able to hit their gaps and things like that. But they've got to have more reckless abandon on the defensive side of the ball.
Anderson with that touchdown now has 3 receptions after that big third down pass play for 90 yards. And once again, Adam Taylor hurtling over potential tacklers with another Tiger first down to the Highlander 40, an 8-yard run.
Adam Taylor just has great feet. I mean, from the beginning of the play, from the when he chops his feet. Watch this. Watch his feet the entire time. Chop, boom, cut. He sees a hole, cuts back right inside.
I'd say that knee is perfectly fine.
And I'd say if this was a professional game, he'd owe Huddleston a dinner after this game. He's done some great job with the lead blocking for Adam Taylor.
I believe we have something from Jay Darneal. We'll get it after this play. 1st and 10 for the Tigers, scrimmaging from the Highlander 40. Back on the ground to the fullback, Fisher. And Fisher picks up 6 down to the 34.
Ball carrier number 42, Alex Fisher. Stop baby number 49, Tanner Birdsong.
Well, I thought we were going to get something from Jay.
Tanner Birdsong put a huge hit on Alex Fisher.
Yeah, it looks like Huddleston just injured himself there a little bit, banged himself up a little bit. He's still in there, though, so.
2nd down and 5 for the Tigers. Ball spotted on the 35-yard line. Out of the pistol, handoff, breaking one tackle. This is Adam Taylor. Adam Taylor to the end zone. Touchdown. Oh, that was Anderson this time. Excuse me. Rodney Anderson with the 35-yard touchdown run. And again, he finds himself into the end zone.
I mean, it's amazing how similar they look because of their strength and their speed. But, I mean, it looked like Anderson, as soon as he gets the ball, and he gets right past the linebackers. Right here, he knew he was going to score. I'm gone. I'm not going to be denied. I mean, great job of just using his body, using his strength.
Extra point attempt is good by Mendoza. 35-7. Lead back out to 28 for the Tigers. Just outside 4 minutes to go.
We welcome you to North Shore Marine. We support a large parts and accessories for Johnson, Evinrude, Yamaha, and Suzuki. And we also have parts for your boat, not only just the motor. So you can come in and get pretty much everything you need and be on your way. So you name it, we got it. We sell Sea Arc aluminum boats, a wide variety we try to keep in stock so we can accommodate just about anybody. Well, we service Johnson, Evinrude, Yamaha, and Suzuki. We have a master technician in our staff, and he's highly accredited. Well, of course, we're a family-oriented business. We try to keep it on that level. We're concerned for the well-being of our customers. Come visit us at North Shore Marine.
Rodney Anderson in on the fun from the ground attack tonight. Here's your latest drive summary, highlighting that touchdown run.
35-yard touchdown run by Anderson caps off a drive of 7 plays, 68 yards, 3 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock. The extra point attempt was good. That score coming with 4:03 left in the second quarter. It's 35-7. Katy on top of the Woodlands.
Here's Medore with a full head of steam. Takes it out to the 30-yard line. Coming up, it's the Raising Cane's halftime show. We'll get you caught up on what has happened here in the first half. Have a couple of guests, including the voice of the Woodlands Highlanders, Nick Walda, and Gerald Burke, your attorney at law. It's all coming up next on the Raising Cane's halftime show.
17-yard return by Medore.
Like to get both of their thoughts on what they've seen out of the Woodlands Highlanders here tonight. Obviously, it could be a whole lot better on the scoreboard, but if their last possession was any indication of what they can do, could be in store for another touchdown. Here's Patrick Carr breaking tackles in the backfield and squeezes his way to the 36-yard line for a 5-yard run, and he really worked very hard. For those 5 yards, Ebright on the tackle, the junior free safety.
Also, Wilkerson got a hold of his ankle to slow him down, though Ebright could come over and finish it off, but a great job eluding the tacklers.
9 rushes, 35 yards for the sophomore running back Patrick Carr. So on 2nd down and 5, the Highlanders will scrimmage from their own 36. Keeper and Gillespie tripped up.
Ball carrier number 6, Gillespie.
Cole Berry.
Tackle made by number 43, Cole Berry.
There defensively for the Tigers to the 39. Brings up 3rd and short.
And see, this is a great job by the Woodlands just to chip away at this Katy defense. Just chip away, get down the field. It's something that they could have tried to start doing earlier, but they just seem out of rhythm.
They've got to pick up the first here. They do not want to give the ball back to Katy with over 2 minutes left in good field position.
3rd down and 2. Gillespie fires, caught by Houston Brown in traffic. Houston Brown stays on his feet into Tiger territory, pulled down from behind by senior inside linebacker Cole Berry.
Houston Brown has been the man tonight as far as receiving.
129 yards on 4 receptions and a touchdown. That one good for the 3rd down conversion on a 28-yard reception.
And a great job by Gillespie to see that he had Blomstrom back in coverage on his receiver, Houston Brown. The linebacker had no chance of keeping up with the wide receiver, and he hit him right in his numbers.
Timeout. Taken by the Tigers. They lead by 28 here in the second.
With the Burtons who love movies, let me show you something new. Come on. Walmart can now convert your favorite DVDs from disc to digital, so you can watch them on your laptop, tablet, phone, anytime, anywhere. Cool, huh? Yeah. What'd you guys think that it would cost?
I thought it'd be around $10.
It's only $2 per disc.
That's a great price.
Bring in your favorite DVDs, see for yourself. That's the Walmart Entertainment Disc to Digital service. Visit the photo center at your local Walmart to get started. That's my favorite part.
Again, coming up on the Raising Cane's halftime show, we'll get you caught up on what has happened here in the first half. A couple of guests will join us in the booth. Nick Waldo, the voice of the Woodlands, and Gerald Burke, your hometown Warrior. First and 10, Gillespie throws it deep. And it is, just out of the diving reach of Sean McKenna. Not a bad idea. That pass was just a little bit underthrown. Would have been a different story.
Good job by the offensive line of blocking and giving their quarterback time, and really just a throw was just a little bit off.
Yeah, just a little overthrown. You got to like the aggressive play call coming out of the timeout.
That forces second down for the Highlanders. Gillespie came in with 257 yards passing. Inside bubble screen to Houston Brown, his favorite target, will only net a couple of yards to the 41-yard line, as Cole Berry was there to take the hit.
Now that's one of those screen plays that you can run to both sides. They're both set up equally on each side, and it's about surveying to see where you want to go. Now he wanted to go with Houston Brown because that's been his man all night. Houston Brown's put on a great show so far.
Coming down to the 2-minute mark. On 3rd down and 8, Gillespie slings it, and it's off the fingertips of Houston Brown inside the 25.
Ebright playing the wide receiver, never saw where the ball was, but was in perfect position for an interception there.
It looked like Brown didn't notice that the ball was there either until very late because he only got one hand on that ball. That's not like him. Great hard throw.
2 of 8 on 3rd down attempts. Looks like the Woodlands is going to go for it with under 2 minutes left in the second quarter. 4th down and long.
They're going to go for it on 4th down and 8. Nope. A punt by Gillespie with nobody home. This one will roll into the end zone for a 22-yard punt net. Ball will come back out to the 20.
First down, Tigers on the 20.
Gillespie now with 3 punts. At 146, the Highlanders, they don't have to give up a touchdown. Their defense really needs to come out here in this potential last series for the Katy Tigers. Going into the break 42-7 down, it's tough. I mean, it's already tough at 35-7.
Yeah, but if they're able to get down and score with 1:46 left in the half, that's just going to be demoralizing and really hard to overcome. It's be very hard to get your team focused in the locker room.
Huddleston out of the pistol, receiver to each side. On the ground. Out across the 25 to the 26. And Adam Taylor picks up 6 yards.
One of the issues that I'm seeing with the Woodlands right now is that they're getting good initial contact on these running backs, on these receivers, but these receivers and the running backs of Katy, they're so strong. They're getting through the first contact. They're getting through the first tackler.
Yeah, it really just seems like a case of bigger, stronger, faster. And the Katy Tigers just seem to be better conditioned.
Tigers haven't beaten the Highlanders since 2007. First time these two have played since 2009. And into the open field, into the secondary, Adam Taylor to the 43-yard line. Give him 16 yards on the run. He has 90 on 15 rushes and 2 touchdowns. Check it, 3 touchdowns.
11 first downs in the half for the Katy Tigers. They're just putting on a clinic on how to move the ball on the ground.
I mean, if you just look at this replay, the way he just continues to move his feet, they're going at his feet, and he just continues to chop them.
Rodney Anderson in the lineup, lines up in a slot to the bottom of your screen. Huddleston throws just off the fingertips of Rodney Anderson.
Pass intended for number 26, Rodney Anderson.
Huddleston is 4 of 6, 93 yards, and a touchdown pass to Rodney Anderson here in the first half. Next up for Katy, they'll have a week off before starting District 19 5A action against Morton Ranch. Came into tonight at 3-0 after defeating Hastings back on Thursday 28-0. The Woodlands will get Monterey La Prepa next week, then start district on the road against Conroe on the 28th. Handoff, and Anderson spinning off tackles. He loses the football, and the Highlanders have recovered with 40 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Fighting for extra yards. Looked like somebody got a helmet on and the ball popped right out. A chance to look at it on the replay.
Yeah, good job. Good initial hit.
Wonder if that looked like number 52 for the Woodlands. We don't have a name for the number. It was in on that hit to jar the ball loose.
Alex Fisher, he went to make a block, got his initial block, helmet came off, then he saw the ball squirt out, then he dives in the pile without his helmet.
So the Highlanders get the ball back on the takeaway. They're now back to +1 in their turnover margin. The Katy Tigers back to a +4. Gillespie fires over the middle through the hands again of Houston Brown. And on the coverage in what probably would have been a huge hit had Brown secured the ball, Quinn Atwood.
These are great plays that they continue to run. They're releasing Brown right through the middle of the field, and he's just not able to grab it.
Looks like he's a little late throwing those arms up. 35 seconds on the clock. Second down and 10 for the Highlanders, just inside Katy's half of the field. They trail 35-7. Screen pass. Carr tries to elude tacklers. Carr squirts away inside the 40. Still on his feet, the sophomore takes it down inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. A 20-yard play, and boy, did Patrick Carr show his will after making that catch.
I mean, Patrick Carr just isn't going to be denied. I mean, this is nothing but him on this play because he passed up all his blockers. Nobody blocked anyone. 2 tacklers, 3 tacklers, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so you need the whole team. I think they came from the sideline.
And it almost looked like everybody pulled up on the play, and he's just still fighting down the field.
And that's what you need. And for him to be so young and gifted, I mean, it's one of those things that you look forward to the future with Carr. But, you know, they need something now. But he's doing a great job of fighting because he understands that if he doesn't do it, who else will?
Sort of reminds a lot of people here in Woodlands circles of Daniel Lasco. Moved on to D1. Timeout on the field, and that scoreboard would certainly look better at 35-14 going into intermission.
Sure would. When everybody's in.
24 seconds to go here in the second quarter. A reminder, once again, Raising Cane's halftime show coming up next. We'll look back at this first half, speak with Nick Walda, the voice of the Woodlands Highlanders, and with Gerald Burke, your hometown lawyer, about the first half, about some Woodlands football. It's all coming your way next on the Raising Cane's halftime show.
Now, since Raising Cane's has the halftime show,
I like where you're going with this.
Wondering if they were going to bring some great. I don't smell anything right now.
Oh, you would smell their sauce.
I take it it's good sauce. Well, you just said it was delicious before I could finish my question. 24 seconds to go. First and 10 from the 29 in Katy territory. Gillespie under pressure.
Good
Scrambles
block.
to his right, throws on the run, and it is almost intercepted by Tanner Ebright.
Gillespie was almost lit up from his blind side.
Sure
A great job by his left tackle. Excuse me, it's his right tackle that comes back and saves him.
I mean, saved his life. Who was that? 77.
It was 78. It was Josh Hermanson.
Josh Hermanson did a great job of it, and that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to protect the quarterback.
Pressure coming from the blind side by Dylan Poole. Clock stopped with 16 seconds to go. It is second down and 10.
Change the snap count. Look at that.
Gillespie throws over the middle, out of the reach of Houston Brown. Coverage by Tanner Ebright once again in on the play. Third down and 10.
They're just really out of sync right now with that. This whole crossing route.
This is going to bring up the 9th third down attempt for the Woodlands. None more crucial.
And he's open. He's getting one hand on the ball.
Each team with 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. See what the approach is here from offensive coordinator Jim Rapp. Spread formation. Pass left is gone through the hands of Bailey Novak. And sometimes you just have to help your quarterback out, and sometimes tonight the Highlanders just haven't done it.
And he is trying to move up the field before he caught the ball. Just didn't look it in.
Got hit by Quinn Atwood for his trouble. Now 4th down and 10. 3 straight incomplete passes thrown by Blaine Gillespie. Now it is 4th down from the Tiger 29. 8 seconds to go. And another timeout will be taken. Called from the sideline by head coach Mark Schmidt.
I would basically do a dump pass to Carr. Carr's been so strong and just enduring, not getting any great blocking. He's just been strong in creating his own yardage. Dumping the ball, get his blockers out there, let him do his thing.
I should correct myself. It was Gary Joseph and the Tigers who called the timeout. They have 1 remaining. So now the approach is, do you go for it? With 8 seconds to go, take a shot to the end zone, because regardless of whatever play you decide to run, it's likely going to be the final play. 8 seconds, I don't know if they could get another play off. They would have to go to a sideline or get a first down and call timeout. But
yeah, if the only way they can really run another play is if they get a first down at the sideline marker and just get out immediately. They're probably going to have to go for it all here.
Yeah, but the way they're executing, you're right. They're not going to be able to do that. They need to go ahead and try to score.
Their kicker was drilling from here in pregame. I don't see why you wouldn't just take the 3 points.
No.
But at the same time, what does 3 points help when you're already down by 28 with 24 minutes to football left? Gillespie on 4th down throws. Wide open. McKenna out of bounds with 4 seconds to go at the Katy 13-yard line.
I guess they can do it.
16 yards on the pass play. The 4th down converted, and now another decision to be made, and it looks like the field goal unit will be coming out.
I mean, he was just wide open. Looked like Katy was more in the prevent defense there.
Keep everything in front of you.
In to kick the field goal, number 32, Alex Garcia.
Very soft on that side of the field.
Alex Garcia set up for a 29-yard field goal.
You hear the boos? The boo birds are out.
Bailey Novak will hold from 29 yards out. Kick on the way. He drills it.
Good job.
And it is good for 3 points. And that brings us to the end of the first half, with Katy out in front by a score of 35-10. See if we can locate Jay Darneal.
It's just one of those things. It's so tough right now to go into halftime.
I don't know if his mic is out or if he's waiting for Coach Joseph. It looks like he's trying to speak.
Some of the things that, going into the halftime with this type of score on you, it's one of those things of what can you do?
Test. Okay, there we go. We got the volume now. Now joined by Coach Joseph. Coach, not too much went wrong except for the end of that first half right there. Talk about that last drive.
Well, we kind of gave them too much cushion on the thing and trying not to let them score. Hell, you're out that many. You got to sit there and do a better job on it than that and stuff. But, they credit to them. They made a good play.
Coach, over 150 rushing yards in the first half. Are you going to continue to keep the ball on the ground there?
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to continue doing what we're doing. We're going to continue mixing it up the best we can.
Thanks for the time, Coach.
Okay.
All right, Jay, thank you very much, and we appreciate Gary Joseph, the head coach of the Katy Tigers, taking some time on his way to the locker room. We're at halftime, 35-10 to the Katy Tigers. We'll be back with the Raising Cane's halftime show after these messages. This is Saturday Night Football presented by Texas Emergency Care Center.
Tradition at Northgate, the opportunities are endless. New ideas to explore, lifelong friendships to form. So much to accomplish, and you can do it all just steps from the Texas A&M campus. Walk to campus in just minutes. Think of all you could be doing because you're not commuting. Location is everything. Live green by walking to class or enjoying some of your free time in the heart of College Station's Uptown District, Northgate. Privacy is a way of life at the Tradition. Have your own bedroom in your fully furnished suite. Choose a 1 or 2 bedroom suite with extra thick walls between suites to keep things quiet when you need it. Don't worry about finding a roommate. The Tradition has roommate matching. Have your own space for studying, spending time with friends, or just relaxing after a long day in class. The Tradition is your home away from home. You'll find all the opportunities you need to make the most of your college experience. Whether you go to Texas A&M or Blinn, you will never get lost in the crowd. Live just like you would on campus, just do it steps away. Have the experience you want at the Tradition. The Edge Cafe, full-service dining hall. Fuel for your day full of choices and variety. Heated lap and volleyball pool. Fitness center with a view of campus. Academic Success Center. Academic success is the primary goal. Study rooms. It's the advantage of privacy. Surround sound movie theater. Watch what you want on the big screen. Attached covered parking. Park on your floor. Walk to your door. 24-hour reception and night courtesy officer. Free high-speed internet. You'll have more at the Tradition than any other housing option near campus. Your education is important, and where you live makes the difference in your college experience. Live more, commute less. The Tradition at Northgate.
Nestled in the comfort of the Texas Gulf Coast, Deer Park, Texas continues to prove why the birthplace of Texas is on everyone's mind. Voted best affordable suburb by the Bloomberg Business Week, Deer Park is home to many businesses and continues to grow in population and industry. With its close proximity to the Houston Ship Channel, Deer Park is home to many industrial leaders like Dow and Shell. Voted in the top 10 most affordable places to live by CNN Money, Deer Park lures many new residents year-round. These residents enjoy the comforts of many retail outlets, recreational locations, and historic sites like the Battleship Texas and San Jacinto Monument. And with a recognized school district that boasts award-winning athletic, culinary, and journalism programs, Deer Park continues to gain the attention of people nationwide. Come see what everyone's talking about and make your next visit to Texas a rebirthing experience in the birthplace of Texas. Don't worry, boots and jeans are optional. Work, stay, play, explore. That's Deer Park, Texas. Uniquely you.
And we welcome you back to the Raising Cane's halftime show here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. It is 35-10 in favor of the Katy Tigers. And look who just happened to stop into the booth. The host Fox Football Friday presented by Dave Campbell's Texas Football. You see it every Friday night on Fox Sports Southwest. Jeff Power, your thoughts on the first half? Boy, this Katy Tiger team is awfully good.
Well, Adam Taylor looks impressive to say the least. The 3 touchdowns on the ground, very impressive. And I like what I'm seeing altogether on their defense as well. I mean, they have been pretty much shutting down the Woodlands outside of the one play by Houston Brown. That was a good 70-yard pass play. But outside of that, it has been all Katy.
Yeah, and let's talk a minute about what you're here doing. You're getting here shooting some features for your next Fox Football Friday show, which will be taking place next week, Lufkin, Texas.
Yeah, Lufkin taking on Longview, good rivalry there. So we'll talk about the passing of John Outlaw and talk about Lufkin football in general. We'll also talk about Adam Taylor, doing a little feature story on him, and the fact that he's already had a pretty big first half kind of bodes well for the story. But Katy looks really strong, and again, I'm very impressed with their defense and just the way that they're able to kind of shut down the Woodlands.
Yeah, you have to really like what Adam Taylor's been able to do, considering he missed about 95% of his 2011 junior season with that torn ACL.
Right. Yeah, of course, Katy had the real strong regular season last year, going undefeated. The loss to LaPorte in the playoffs was just devastating. I mean, I think the fans here in Katy have they don't want to talk about it anymore because they know they were better than that. And what they're doing right now this year looks similar to what they were doing last year during the regular season. We'll see if they can keep it going.
Yeah, we talked towards the top of our broadcast about this series resuming since 2009, and 4 of the 5 times that Katy has played the Woodlands, they've gone on to play for a state championship, winning it twice.
Yeah, think about it. I mean, they handled the Woodlands. They've done really well against Galena Park North Shore the last couple of years. I don't think anybody in the Houston area really wants to play Katy in the regular season. That's a tough team.
Yeah. Now let's talk a minute about the Fox Football Friday show. You're going to Lufkin next week. Yeah. Let's remind people where you've been so far this season.
Well, we just came from the Valley. We were down at a great game down in McAllen. Nicky Rowe was taking on McAllen High. They call him Mick High, as we learned down there. You always find these neat little things about high school football when you're on the road. But there was about 15,000 fans there. It was a great environment. The Valley really does do a nice job of supporting football. We've been all over the state of Texas. We started out at Argyle when they hosted Abilene Wiley. By the way, Wiley, they look really good in Class 3A, undefeated. They have pretty much defeated everyone they have played and done it rather handily. So that was another stop that we had. And of course, this week we're talking about going to Lufkin, so that'll be interesting, taking on Longview.
What about future stops along the way?
Features, well, again, the Adam Taylor story here with Katy. That'll be something that we'll look at. And there's always good feature stories out there. We've got a story coming in from Big Spring, I believe. Tobin Tannehill has been off to a great start at Big Spring. They're undefeated. This is a team that didn't win a game last year. They were 0-10. Tannehill's got them playing great. Of course, his brother, Ryan Tannehill, the starter at the Miami Dolphins. So, the folks out there in Big Spring are really excited about what they're doing right now.
Get back to work, would you?
I will.
Jeff Power of Fox Football Friday. You see it every Friday night on Fox Sports Southwest. Joining us here on the Raising Cane's halftime show. We'll be back with more here from Woodforest Bank Stadium in just a moment.
These fresh, never frozen chicken fingers at Raising Cane's are so delicious. They speak for themselves. So, while you watch, I'll tell you all about our secret dipping sauce. First off, it's a sauce. And you use it for dipping. That's all I can tell you. Because it's, secret. Raising Cane's. One love.
Hello, I'm Gerald Burke.
And I'm Morgan Burke. I graduated from the Woodlands High School in 1998. I played football and I ran track there.
Morgan and I are lawyers. We office at 24 Waterway, Suite number 660 in the Woodlands.
I was a former prosecutor here in Montgomery County. Now I handle the criminal work at our office.
I've been practicing for more than 30 years. If you have a legal concern, contact us at 713-862-7766 or check us out at thehometownlawyer.com.
And as always, go Highlanders!
Yes, sir!
When you're thinking of changing jobs or you're an employer needing to hire personnel, then you need to talk with Metter Staffing Services. Metter Staffing has been in business for over 4 decades and is one of the largest staffing services in the Houston area, servicing a national market. Metter Staffing has specialists wanting to serve you in the areas of engineering, accounting, administrative support, industrial, IT, marketing, and many other job categories. They have 7 locations to serve your staffing needs. Call 713-941-0616 and they can direct you to the office nearest you. Metter Staffing on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn.
You a fanatic?
Open a Texans checking account with First Community Credit Union, and you could win a trip to the big game in New Orleans. Just visit TexansChecking.com and open your account. Signing up is easy and free. You'll get a customized Texans debit card. And best of all, you could win a trip to New Orleans for the big game or other great prizes like trips to Texans road games and the 2013 draft in New York City. Be a fanatic. Visit TexansChecking.com and sign up for your chance to win. First Community Credit Union, the official credit union of the Houston Texans.
Following footage was captured at a local grocery store. This man just took money from his bank that wasn't in his account. Did you catch it? Let's see that again. There, he just got 10 cents back for every $10 or more purchase on his debit card with cashback counts checking from Community Bank. Imagine a bank that actually pays you to use your debit card. Swipe all you can from your bank. Community Bank of Texas. Bank where you live.
35-10 at the half. The Katy Tigers on top of the homestanding Woodlands Highlanders, and we're back here on the Raising Cane's halftime show, joined by a good friend of the Legacy Sports Network, Gerald Burke, your hometown lawyer. And I know the first half leaves a little bit to be desired when you look at the Highlanders. 35-10. I know everybody thought it was going to be a little more close than that.
Well, if the wheels could fall off, maybe we can put them back on at half. Every single high school football team has got to figure out at halftime what they're made of. So we're going to see how these guys respond, and that's important. In the Skyline game that we started this year, they were young. They got off to a rough start, came back, and really did a great job. So let's see how this turns out.
Yeah, we talked about at the top of our broadcast. Yeah, they lost to Skyline, but when they came home for their opener last week, they responded with a big win over Hightower.
Looked very good over Hightower. As a matter of fact, I left that game really impressed with the defense and their pursuit and their aggressiveness. So I've not seen that aggressiveness here today, and this is where coaches make their money. So you guys pray for your coaches. They're working hard out there for these kids.
When you look at the field and you're a fan of football, you follow the game. They had a good run late in this first half. They got the touchdown, they got the field goal. But schematically and tactically, what has Katy been able to do against the Woodlands here in this first half defensively to kind of stymie what their offense is trying to do out there?
Well, their defensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage. If you remember that play, Patrick Carr right near the end of the half, that was all Patrick Carr. And they're delivering some licks out there. The one shining example that you see here as a football player is Patrick Carr. Mm-hmm. Very, very impressed with him and looking forward to 2 more years with that young man.
Just a sophomore indeed. Now, if we go back to last year, finally another deep run by the Highlanders. They had been thwarted in the first few rounds, a couple of area round losses to Stony Point. Last year, they were able to go all the way to the Region 2 championship game against Dallas Skyline. They come out on the losing end, but they built faith back.
Well, I will tell you, building on what happened last year, I'm telling you, I've watched these guys during the spring, and I've watched them in August in two-a-days, and I'm telling you, these guys have athletes all over the field. Now, I don't care what this score turns out to be because this is not relevant when it comes to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
But it may be relevant in developing character, and that's what the game is all about, developing character. So let's see what characters develop from this team.
The last time before last year that the Highlanders really made a deep run was the years, the early years.
Sure.
Your son was involved.
Yeah.
Going to 2003, going to the state championship, coming out on the losing end of North Shore. What do you remember most about that run?
Well, what I really remember most about that run is the development of our character through the season, and it was built on the 02 season. Mm-hmm. We had a junior quarterback, 03, he was a senior. Our running backs ran hard. They developed as a team. They came together. And really, when I look at last year, that's what I'm looking for out of this team, for it to pick up that mantle and run with it the way the 03 team did. I really think we're building something off last year's run.
Now let's talk a minute about your involvement with the Woodlands Quarterback Club and everything you do there.
Well, I've been with these guys for well over 20 years. We started in 1989, was my first playoff run with the Woodlands. They were McCullough Highlanders back then, and I've been involved intricately every season since then through my 2 boys and the kids that came after. As a matter of fact, Cameron Montgomery's down here now. coaching on the sidelines. And I remember when Cameron, before he went off to North Texas to run, ran for us. And so it's kind of neat because I'm now Grandpa Woodlands.
And what's new in the world of law?
Well, things are happening. I think things are going well. We're busy. I've got my son in the office with me, as you saw in the commercial, and it has made my life magic. So things are good.
Try to enjoy the second half.
We're going to enjoy it. I promise you we will. Thank you.
Gerald Burke, your hometown lawyer, back in a moment after this on the Raising Cane's Halftime Show.
This is not my home. There, I said it. They don't have pictures of my kids. They don't have my yoga mat. And still, I feel at home. Could it be the flat screen TV? The not-so-mini fridge? The different free dinner almost every weeknight? Or maybe it's all of the above and all the rest. Am I home? Nope, but it almost feels that way. Homewood Suites by Hilton. Be at home.
When it just can't wait, come to Texas Emergency Care Center. We're a licensed, freestanding emergency room, open 24 hours a day, every day. Whether it's a broken bone or chest pain, the doctors and staff at Texas Emergency Care Center specialize in emergency medicine. We're ready and waiting, so you don't have to. At Texas Emergency Care Center, you'll be seen in minutes. We're open 24/7 in Pearland, Cypress, and Atascocita. Find us online at txercare.com.
And we welcome you back to Woodforest Bank Stadium and the Raising Cane's Halftime Show. 35-10 Katy on top of the Woodlands. Pleased to be joined now by the voice of the Woodlands Highlanders, Nick Wolda. Your impressions of the first half?
Ouch. Well, it's an amazing game. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the 47-0 game a few years back, and everything went right for the Woodlands, and really nothing for Katy. It's kind of like that tonight. Bad field position, certainly for the Highlanders. Good field position for Katy. Offense has really struggled for the Woodlands. Katy's done a fabulous job. They're playing some pretty good football.
And you have to like the response that the Highlanders are giving late in the second quarter with the touchdown and then the field goal.
Well, I'm reminded of the Skyline game. It was a quick 14-0 lead by Skyline in the first quarter, and Highlanders kept fighting. And I've seen a lot of football games over the years. It's been 10 years plus covering the Highlanders, and I've seen a lot of tale of two halves. And so there's always hope. There's a lot of time left, and we'll see what happens.
And finally, last year, I was mentioning that with Gerald Burke, who was just on a minute ago, about finally getting a deep run again last year. I know it ended in the Region 2 championship game, but there were some early round exits a few years prior.
Well, it was, and it was some pretty good football teams, too.
Sure.
Smithson Valleys and the Klein Oaks. I remember the Klein Oak game here. That was a heartbreak of a loss here. Highlanders had a great season. We're 10-0. And Klein Oak just came in and played a good football game. But that's high school football. You never know how it's going to go. This team didn't have the expectations that some of those other teams have had, but I think this is going to be a very good football team this year.
You say 10 years. Obviously, within that 10 years was their last state championship run that ended with the North Shore loss. What do you remember most about that run?
Oh, that was a fun run. That was an undefeated season. Had a lot of great talent on that team. We knew that we would be in a matchup against Bobby Reed, which we did against North Shore. Mm-hmm. We had Danny Amendola. I do remember Danny Amendola took one of the biggest hits of his life in that football game. I'll never forget it. But it was a great football game. A lot of those kids went on and played college football for both sides of the ball. And, of course, Danny Amendola is still starting wide receiver in the NFL. Now,
up until recently, you were on local radio here in the Woodlands area. Now you've embraced the internet. Tell everybody where they can find you.
All right, thewoodlandsfootball.com. So it's real easy. It's thewoodlandsfootball.com, and listen on internet, smartphone, in a variety of ways that way. It really is kind of a way of the future is going this route where it's real easy to carry and real easy to go.
You guys do a great job. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, thanks so much for having us, and go Highlanders.
The voice of the Highlanders, Nick Wolda, will be back to start the second half after these messages. This is the Raising Cane's Halftime Show.
College football returns to Reliance Stadium as the Big 12 faces off against the Big 10 at the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas, Friday, December 28th. Bring your family and friends to experience the passion, pageantry, and football tradition that can only be seen in the Lone Star State. For more information, go online to MeineckeCarCareBowlOfTexas.com or call 832-667-2390. We'll see you in December for a football celebration as big as Texas.
How about an ale? Bigger. No, bigger still. It's good to be king. This fall, experience king-size dining, shopping, merriment, and more at the Texas Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets are on sale now at Randall's, Walgreens, Wood Forest National Bank, and online at TexRenFest.com. The Texas Renaissance Festival. Choose your own adventure.
Welcome back to Woodforest Bank Stadium as we get ready to wrap up the Raising Cane's halftime show. Michael Silvers, Brent Moody, and Jarrell Branch up here in the booth. Guys, your thoughts on what you saw in the first half, a 35-10 lead at the break for the Katy Tigers.
Well, it really just seemed like Katy, as I said, is just too big and too fast for the Woodlands. But so the Woodlands has got to come up with something offensively and defensively to try to use their speed against the size of Katy.
I mean, the Woodlands has a couple big plays in them, and they're just going to be able to get those out. But they haven't been really playing cohesive. They've been kind of seemed like a little bit timid in tackling and timid in some of the plays that they're running and even the play calling. So I want to see a lot of big plays and a lot of deep balls thrown downfield so they can try and get back in this game.
And you have to enjoy and like the way the Highlanders did respond late in the second quarter with a touchdown and a field goal to end the first half.
Yeah, they had a good return on a kickoff return, and then they had the huge play to score the touchdown, and then also late in the first half to get the field goal. To come away with points, it really gives you some momentum to come out in the second half.
And we talked about it at the top. The two-headed monster in the backfield. And Rodney Anderson has one touchdown rushing, Adam Taylor with 3, and Rodney Anderson is really throwing his weight around as a receiver, Jarrell.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a great job on both sides of the, as far as running and catching. And the thing about it is that Katy's going to be Katy. You know what I mean? And on the Woodlands side, you have Carr, which is a dynamic sophomore and dynamic player, as is Houston Brown, as their receiver. They have to get the ball into their hands more often. Be creative.
And Patrick Carr had an outstanding effort late in the second quarter. When we return, we will have the second half of play. The Katy Tigers hold a 35-10 lead over the Woodlands Highlanders. That wraps up the Raising Cane's halftime show. Back with the third quarter in just a moment here on Fox Sports Southwest.
Hello, I'm Gerald Burke. And I'm Morgan Burke. I graduated from the Woodlands High School in 1998. I played football and I ran track there.
Morgan and I are lawyers. We office at 24 Waterway, Suite number 660 in the Woodlands.
I was a former prosecutor here in Montgomery County. Now I handle the criminal work at our office.
I've been practicing for more than 30 years. If you have a legal concern, contact us at 713-862-7766 or check us out at thehometownlawyer.com.
And as always, go Highlanders!
Yes, sir.
Thinking of changing jobs, or you're an employer needing to hire personnel, then you need to talk with Metter Staffing Services. Metter Staffing has been in business for over 4 decades and is one of the largest staffing services in the Houston area, servicing a national market. Metter Staffing has specialists wanting to serve you in the areas of engineering, accounting, administrative support, industrial, IT, marketing, and many other job categories. They have 7 locations to serve your staffing needs. Call 713-941-0616 and they can direct you to the office nearest you. Metter Staffing on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn.
College College football returns to Reliance Stadium as the Big 12 faces off against the Big 10 at the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas, Friday, December 28th. Bring your family and friends to experience the passion, pageantry, and football tradition that can only be seen in the Lone Star State. For more information, go online to MeinekeCarCareBowlOfTexas.com or call 832-667-2390. We'll see you in December for a football celebration as big as Texas.
And we welcome you back. Both teams on the field here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. The Katy Tigers with a 35-10 lead over the Woodlands Highlanders. And Katy will get the ball to start the third quarter of play. Let's run down the first half stats. First for the Katy Tigers, 164 yards rushing, 93 yards passing for 257 yards of total offense in the first half. The Tigers were able to earn 11 first downs. They were 2 for 3 on third down conversions, had 1 penalty for 5 yards, coughed the ball up once, and a time of possession of 11 minutes, 7 seconds. For the Highlanders, just 25 yards rushing, 167 yards passing for 192 total offensive yards in the first 24 minutes. The Highlanders recorded 8 first downs, were 2 for 9 on third downs, 1 penalty for 5 yards, 1 interception thrown by quarterback Blaine Gillespie. He was picked off by Quinn Atwood. Their TOP, 12 minutes, 53 seconds. With Brent Moody and Jarrell Branch, it's time now to talk about what needs to happen with keys to the second half. Brent Moody, it's all yours.
The Woodlands are going to have to come out here and made some adjustments at the halftime. They're going to be kicking the ball away to Katy. They've got to force a 3 and out on this first possession, try to build off that momentum and try to get some points on the board and just slowly chip away at this lead. But they've got to limit the possessions of Katy. They've got to keep that offense off the field.
The defense is going to have to be more aggressive for the Woodlands. They're going to have to try to get the ball back, try to get some turnovers, try to score on defense as well. But also the offensive play calling has got to get better. Like, it's got to be more aggressive because they can get back in the game and give them a chance at least.
Katy in white, the Woodlands in green. Katy will attack the end zone to our left. And this second half is underway. Anderson, left side to the 35, stays in bounds, tippy toes along the sideline, close to midfield.
Why would you kick the ball to Rodney Anderson? I don't get it.
That's a good question, Jay. And what Katy will do is scrimmage from their own 48-yard line.
There's a lot of questions that can be asked, about why some of the decisions are being made, but really it has to deal with fundamentally being sound and having a good kickoff, coverage team and making solid tackles, and Woodlands just haven't been making solid tackles all night long.
And a handoff, and it's Adam Taylor into the open field to the secondary. Flag is down, Adam Taylor to the end zone, touchdown on the first play of the third quarter. We will check the penalty flag sitting on the Highlander 39.
That's probably going to be a hold. And there's the hold right there. I believe that was 75? 65.
Kyle Miller, starting offensive guard for the Highlanders, is senior. But that's not a good thing if you're the Highlanders on defense. Even though there was a hold, it's coming back. Just the sheer fact that Adam Taylor on one play went all the way down and scored a touchdown that won't count. It's not bode well for you.
The hold was away from the play. Adam Taylor scores a touchdown if that hold doesn't happen. He was past that potential tackler.
It's going to be an 11-yard run for Taylor, then the 10 yards for the hold.
But it's still, you're right, Michael. It's still deflating. You go into halftime, you try to regroup, you try to make key adjustments, and then they blow a big play on the first play of the second half.
So now it's going to be first down and 9, maybe a long 8. Checking into the lineup, split out, Garrett Dragu. And now we have a little bit of a delay on the field as Gary Joseph wants to talk it over with referee Rocky Marcinelli. Gary Joseph wanted an explanation. He wanted to get his 2 cents in as well.
You know, it's amazing how this Katy team, I mean, really the coaching staff, they're perfectionists, and they want to do everything right. They want to make sure that if there's a problem, let's get it fixed so that this doesn't happen down the line.
Kyle Folks, Garrett Dragu, with Dragu in the slot, top of your screen on 1st down and 8. Huddleston operates out under center. Handoff once again, Adam Taylor. Can he do it again? Nope. This time he got caught up in traffic with his own man. His fullback, Alex Fisher, will get about 7 yards, close to 8 for the 1st down, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down marker.
He was literally one move away from breaking this open. Again, had a huge hole there and just stumbled over his fullback. The holes that Katy's making right now, they're just way too big for the Woodlands just to come from, freshly out of halftime.
2nd down and a yard for the Tigers. And Huddleston falls down, hands it off to his fullback Fisher, and he appears from here that he has the 1st down.
Alex Fisher. And I don't know that was going to Fisher. It looked like he just got it off as he was falling to the ground, and then Fisher was the closest one to him.
12th 1st down for the Katy Tigers here in tonight's game. Just underway here in the 3rd quarter. All Katy, 35-10.
And as a player on defense, you try to think, okay, what can I do to make a stop? What can I do to, offset this slaughtering that's happening right now? But you just have to try to come together as a team and don't give up.
You wonder if what the Highlander defense is doing is the exact same thing they did that they were successful doing against Hightower last week. Because it worked against Hightower. Hightower defending state runners-up. Obviously, they don't have Braylon Addison. They don't have some of the weapons they had last year.
Right.
But at the same time, are they doing anything different tonight that they did last week? But they were just successful last week.
And it may just be, Katy. Katy is who we thought they were,
Yeah, to coin that phrase, absolutely. And they're like that every season. Now, last year, they had an early round playoff exit. When you look at their standards that they set forth, they're always usually virtually guaranteed that they will make it to the regional championship game. Last year, they were ousted in the Region 3 semifinals to the LaPorte Bulldogs on a cold, wet night at Tully Stadium. Handoff, off guard left. Adam Taylor pounds his way forward to the 36-yard line, scampering for 5 yards.
You know what I love about Katy is that every player on this offense knows that their role is important. And you can see it on the field as they block downfield, as they continue to fight and try to block. They look for people to block and put on their behinds. I mean, it's something that they all take pride in because they know if they don't work together as a cohesive unit, they're not going to go far and they're not going to win state.
Brent Moody, case in point, or just to wrap it all up, they buy in.
Yeah, exactly.
2nd down and a long 5. This is done in motion, top of your screen. Handoff to Fisher. Fisher barrels his way close to 1st down yardage. Ball to the 31-yard line for a gain of 5.
They're really trying to get Fisher involved in the game plan here in the second half. Just keep the ball on the ground and keep the clock rolling.
Tigers are off next week. Then they begin District 19 5A against the undefeated Morton Ranch Mavericks. Then on October 6th at Rhodes Stadium, they'll be on the visitor side as they take on undefeated Mayde Creek. Mayde Creek, Morton Ranch, and the Katy Tigers all undefeated here in week 2. Cinco Ranch lost their first game last night in big fashion, but they were very short-handed in a 62-21 loss at the hands of a resurgent North Shore Mustangs program who has seen some early round playoff exits and some losses in the regular season. Right now, David Amon's team is looking awfully good, especially after their come-from-behind performance in the second half last week against the Manville Mavericks. Another 1st down after the measurement. 13 1st downs for the Tigers here tonight. And they'll scrimmage from the Woodlands 31. Handoff right side. Adam Taylor turns the corner. shuffles his way over the 25, down to the 23, 8 yards on the pickup for Adam Taylor, who now has 122 yards on 19 rushes and 3 touchdowns.
It really almost seemed like he had a whole lot more space on that right side, and he just kind of pulled up and tried to stay in play, keep the clock rolling.
This is one of those drives.
Beaten everyone to the edge.
And this is one of those drives to start second half, coming back, trying to make the adjustments. And what Katy's doing, just slowly, methodically driving down the field against your defense. Might take a lot out of you. On the play fake, Huddleston throws, and it is caught. Logan Lister, his tight end, had a touchdown catch last week in the third quarter against A-Leaf Taylor. A reception down to the 11 of 13 yards. Maybe just give him 12, down to the 12.
You know, and this is the thing about Katy. You know, Katy goes up in halftime, up 35-10, and they go in and they try to make adjustments to say, okay, how can we play better? You know, what are those things that we missed out on in the first half that we can capitalize on in the second half so that we can just get better?
Inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the Woodlands 12. 2 tight ends in the lineup. Pitch to Taylor. Taylor breaking, eluding, down to the 6. 6 yards on first down. And Katy continue to inch their way closer to another touchdown.
Well, and he cuts it up into the inside. I think if he follows Huddleston, he's going to get to the end zone. Like if he would have continued to try to get to the edge, get out to the right, probably would have got in for 6.
Colby Brown finally bringing him down. Coming down to 8 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, first possession of the second half. Twin set to the bottom of your screen with Dunn in the slot. Andy Coonrod, the wideout. Play action pass. Huddleston throws to the back of the end zone, incomplete. Overthrowing his backup tight end, junior Sloan Spiller. And now that brings up a third down and about 5.
Going to bring up the 4th third down attempt.
And you know you're doing a pretty good job if you've only had 4 third downs through 2 quarters and then some here in the third.
Yeah, they converted on 2 of 3 there in the first half.
Third down. A long 3 to go for the Tigers. Huddleston turns, hands it off to Taylor, breaks a tackle in the backfield, and will score. Touchdown, Adam Taylor. Broke the tackle of Zach Krolsick and high-stepped his way in for his 4th rushing touchdown tonight.
As soon as Taylor gets the ball, he gets hit immediately, but he just won't be denied. He continues to move his feet, continues to move forward, and once he had his sights on the end zone, there was no way he wasn't going to get in.
Extra point to be tacked on by Manny Mendoza. And he drills it right through. 7:53 remaining here in the third quarter. Katy has broken 40 for the second time this season. 42-10 over the Woodlands.
College football returns to Reliance Stadium as the Big 12 faces off against the Big 10 at the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas, Friday, December 28th. Bring your family and friends to experience the passion, pageantry, and football tradition that can only be seen in the Lone Star State. For more information, go online to MeinekeCarCareBowlOfTexas.com or call 832-667-2390. We'll see you in December for a football celebration as big as Texas.
.753 to play in the third quarter. Katy leading the Woodlands. Second time this season. The Tigers have broken 40 points. They had 48 in their win over the Klein Bearcats. They had 41 in the first half in that game that was played at Reliance Stadium. Barbosa will kick it off from the 40. Garrett Medore inside his own 10. Medore out across the 30, out to the 34. It's the Gridiron Legends Golf Tournament presented by Office Max on November 5th at the Woodlands tournament course. Tee-off is at 10 in the morning, and all foursomes will get to golf with a Texas sports legend equaling a fivesome. Proceeds benefit DePelchin Children's Center. Sponsorships start at $3,000. Foursomes available for $1,500. For more information, visit www.MeineckeCarCareBowlOfTexas.com. Follow the Meinecke Car Care Bowl of Texas on Twitter.
You know, with this score being 42-10 and, you know, Katy travels well, not one person on Katy has gotten up to leave yet.
Patrick Carr, 3-yard run along the right side of the offensive formation. Here's your drive summary on the fourth Adam Taylor run.
6-yard touchdown run for Taylor, capped off a drive of 10 plays, 52 yards, 4 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock. The extra point attempt was good. That score coming with 7:53 left in the third quarter. It's 42-10. Katy on top of the Woodlands.
3-yard run for Patrick Carr. 38 yards on 10 carries for the sophomore. Gillespie will throw, slings it over the middle, and that one defensed well by Quinn Atwood. Pass intended for Houston Brown. Third down for the Highlanders.
This is a great job by Katy for defending this play. I mean, he was just smothered.
Surrounded by white jerseys, and a huge third down for the Woodlands.
Gillespie 8 of 20 for 167 yards, a touchdown and an interception. And on 3rd and 7, Gillespie in trouble, escapes a sack, throws on the run, coming back to make the catch, McCanna, then he lost the football. The Highlanders got it back at their own 38-yard line. It'll all result in about a 5-yard catch, then the fumble. We get another look here on the replay.
Yeah, great job by Gillespie getting free and hitting his receiver and just fighting for extra yards. He ends up getting the ball popped out. Great job fighting for the first down, just didn't hang on to the football. He's going to bring up about a 4th and 7.
Highlanders will go for it from their own 38-yard line, and Gillespie actually will punt it away. And again, nobody back for the Tigers as they are playing for the Highlanders to go for it on 4th. The ball will roll out of bounds at the 22-yard line. 40-yard punt for Gillespie. And the Tigers will take control and will scrimmage on their own 23-yard line.
Is this their worst field position of the night?
This is definitely the worst field position of the night. Previously, it was their own 48.
And I would say if I had percentages, so they have had worse field position.
Yeah, there was a touchback, and they started on their own 20 on the possession where Anderson fumbled.
Under center with an I formation. Anderson shifts in motion. Screen pass to him, looks to get a block, gets a block. And Colby Brown can't bring him down. And Anderson on 2nd and 3rd effort will go out of bounds at the 30-yard line after an 8-yard pass play.
I think he got a little stinger on his shin. He's trying to work it out.
Anderson nearing the 100-yard mark. Receiving tonight, already has a touchdown catch.
Touchdown catch and a touchdown run.
It sure does. Big on both. Anderson on the 42-yard touchdown pass, added a 35-yard touchdown run later in the first half. 6:10 remaining here in the third quarter. All Katy at 42-10 on the road at Wood Forest Bank Stadium. Handoff straight ahead into the open field, Adam Taylor. Taylor to the 40. Angled out of bounds at the Highlander 32-yard line, a 38-yard run for senior Adam Taylor.
Outstanding job by Taylor. He gets out into some free space. Great awareness to switch ball hands and get out to the sideline. He's almost able to break it free.
Great cut.
Adam Taylor dangerously close to running for over 200 yards in this game, which would be the first time either Tiger in the backfield, Anderson or Taylor, will go over the 200-yard mark this season.
He does a great job of field awareness. He feels that nobody's around him, looks around to make sure before he switches the ball to his outside hand.
1st and 10. Tigers will scrimmage from the Highlander 32. On the ground to the fullback, Fisher into the secondary. And down to the 20, down to the 18-yard line, 14 yards for the fullback.
17th first down of the game for the Katy Tigers. Just seems like whoever they give the ball to is able to pick up positive yards.
The rate this one's going, we'll see the second teamers for the Tigers out in the fourth quarter. This was certainly a matchup that both schools and their supporters look forward to. A lot of message board traffic. Was reading the message boards, 5atexasfootball.com. Great conversation between fans of both. That's going to be Rodney Anderson on the tackle, or excuse me, on the run. And we have a stop, and looks like he fumbled the football again, and the Highlanders have recovered.
Wow. Yeah, guys, that's right. He fumbled it, and it just kind of it rolled on top of a couple of players that were laying on the ground. That's why really nobody saw it until it fell into the hands of a Woodlands defender. You might be able to see it on replay.
Well, Anderson has coughed the ball up twice. Maybe that's because he's not getting enough touches out of the backfield. I'm only assuming that.
Yeah, no.
Highlanders have an opportunity here to.
It's a good way to limit your touches if you can't hold on to the football.
You're absolutely right. Shotgun for Gillespie. 3 receivers in the lineup and a handoff. Stretch play right side for Patrick Carr. With a hand on the turf, falls down at the 15 and gaining 3 yards.
And that's really where the Woodlands have had their success. Just chip away at the defense. They try to cheat up, and then it opens up things in the passing game. I think you got to keep the ball in Houston Brown and Patrick Carr's hands, though.
Most definitely. He's one of the most
continue to try, absolutely.
Yeah, explosive players. I think you need to get him out there in the open field. Let him move. Screen passes.
There is no quit in the Woodlands Highlanders. Not by a long shot. Pass. Left side, caught by Bailey Novak for a first down. At the Highlander 26-yard line for 11 yards on the pass play.
An outstanding job by Bailey Novak. Gets some separation from the defense and has to make an outstanding dive to catch the ball here. Ball a little out in front of him.
Caught it in front of Quinn Atwood. Led the team last season with 4 interceptions. Got his first for 2012 here tonight. 1st and 10 for the Woodlands. On the misdirection, Jamie Taylor getting a chance. And he leans forward to the 35-yard line, picking up 9. Not many touches for Jamie Taylor, listed as a starting slot receiver and the backup quarterback.
Yeah, just got him on the end around and picks up 9 yards on the carry. Outstanding effort there at the end of the play to try to get the first down. He dives here at the end. They're going to roll him down about 2 yards shy.
Want to remind you, next Saturday, it's an afternoon matchup on Saturday Night Football presented by Texas Emergency Care Center. District 13 5A Showdown. Klein Oak and Katy will start at 3:45 here on FoxSportsSouthwest.com. In traffic, in some trouble. Lane Gillespie tries to find the slot receiver, Jamie Taylor, but to no avail. Pass was due, or excuse me, the play pretty much due from the start on the drop snap. From the shotgun snap.
He was able to find him there, but Quinn Atwood, excellent coverage with a huge hit as the ball got to the receiver and just squirted right out. And that's going to bring up 3rd down. That's the 11th 3rd down. They've only converted on 2.
From the 35-yard line in their own half of the field. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Keeper for Gillespie, and he'll just get enough for a first down. Tackled and tripped up by Jake Blomstrom.
And you know, that's something we haven't seen a lot of, is Gillespie actually running the ball, keeping the ball, doing a lot of ball fakes and things like that, and keeping it on the ground. Because last week he did that, you know, plenty of times, and they were very successful at it.
Ran for 104 yards on a dozen carries. Scored a 30-yard touchdown in the win over Hightower.
First down, Highlander.
Taking a deeper look into 19-5A. What a performance last night. Memorial defeating Pearland for the 2nd consecutive year. And Gillespie is thrown down for a loss on the sack back to the 25-yard line. Loss of 9, make it 11 on the play.
That was Asham, Blomstrom, and Geisler all in there on that one.
A new look District 14 5A this season. Out are the Humble ISD schools. In are Bryan and A&M Consolidated. Consolidated, big win last night over Austin Westlake, 35-17. Lufkin now 2-1 with their 45-7 victory over the Nacogdoches Dragons last night. On the run, passes tipped. And did they make the catch? Houston Brown says he made that catch on this near sideline.
Man, he's not coming off the spot where he caught it either.
Pass was deflected. If the Highlanders aren't standing on their own sideline, we might be able to see the officials are discussing things at the 23-yard line.
They're going to roll that a catch.
Great effort and great awareness by Houston Brown after the deflection.
Really?
What are you booing? You're up 42-10.
But nobody's left. That's why I'm still. It's 42-10. No one's left.
It's a 9-yard reception.
It's a 6 o'clock kickoff. You still have time to do what you got to do after the game before curfew kicks in.
140 yards on 6 catches for Houston Brown. But it brings up another Highlander third down, their 12th of the night. They've converted on 3 third downs here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. Gillespie throws left and getting under it to make the catch. What a play by Sean McKenna right at the first down stick.
Ooh, that spot, he's going to be just a little shy, it looks like.
But I think this is 4 down territory.
Yeah, it's 4 down territory for sure.
Territory. It's 4 down game. You got to make it happen. It's one of those things, they're starting to actually feel, a little bit more confident. You can see it, by making the hard catches, making the difficult passes.
We'd like to thank another one of our anchor partners.
Looks like they will officially come out to measure. First down.
4 of 12 now on third down attempts.
Things looking on the up here for the Highlanders.
That kick's good for first down.
It was 35-10 at halftime. So far, 7-0 second half for the Katy Tigers, who will be off next week before beginning District 19-5A against Morton Ranch in 2 weeks' time. That's on a Thursday night. Game will be televised locally here in Houston. First and 10 for the Highlanders from their own 46. Inside 3 minutes to go in the third. Gillespie goes for it all for McKenna. Off his fingertips. Coverage supplied by Tanner Ebright.
Ebright got there right as the ball did. Just excellent coverage. Waited till the receiver had his hands on the ball. A nice little push in the back and not able to hold on to it.
Gillespie now 12 of 26 for 206 yards and a touchdown pass to Houston Brown.
Yeah, Gillespie did a great job of standing in the pocket and delivering that pass. And, like Coach says, if it hits your hands, you have to catch the ball.
On second down, play fake, keeper for Gillespie right back to the line of scrimmage.
Already bringing up another third down for the Woodlands.
Held that one awfully long in the breadbasket of Patrick Carr before pulling it out and trying to get some yardage himself.
Third down and 10 for Highlander.
Third down and a short 10, if there is such a thing. Spread formation. Gillespie fires left.
Nice.
Caught McKenna on the out route for first down. Yardage into Katy territory. Coverage on the play. Forcing him out of bounds was Chris Harper. Not after a 13-yard completion and another Highlander third down conversion and first down.
Gillespie seems very comfortable with this play with that nice little out to McKenna.
And that's a difficult throw because you have to throw it, on a rope because that's something that, these Katy defenders can really jump on and get a pick six. But he did a great job getting that ball out there to his receiver.
Gillespie on first down, fires over the middle, and that one knocked away. Beautifully played by Isaiah Brown. The intended target was Houston Brown.
Yeah, and Isaiah Brown saw that play developing. He got a great jump on it, got there right in time to slap that one away.
Isaiah Brown and Houston Brown, cousins? No. But that was a great defensive play. Jumping in front of that route. And he's such an athlete, Isaiah Brown is. We've seen him do it on punt coverage. I'm sure he could probably play offense if he wanted to.
I think he's been on varsity since he was a sophomore also, and it's hard to break into this defensive backfield for the Katy Tigers.
2nd down and 10 for the Woodlands. Gillespie, right side, picked off Isaiah Brown. His 3rd interception of the season, and it's Gillespie who brings him down back in Highlander territory at the 39-yard line.
You know, what's great for Isaiah Brown is that he had 3 interceptions last year, and he's already up to 3 interceptions this year.
He was going to return that for a touchdown if it wasn't for Blaine Gillespie's open field speed. That time you really got to see how quick Gillespie is, because Isaiah Brown should have been able to outrun everyone there, and Gillespie just sucked him right up.
And had a great tackle at that, great form tackle.
Right, let's see what the approach is for the offense of the Katy Tigers. First teamers are still out there as Kylie Huddleston brings them back to the line of scrimmage for 1st down and 10 from the 39-yard line in Highlander territory. And now some of the Highlanders fans are leaving Wood Forest Bank Stadium. Pitch right, Adam Taylor cuts inside to the 30. Out of bounds. Tackled by Tyler Patrick, junior safety. He has an interception this season, returned a 5-yard fumble return for a touchdown against Hightower. Jay.
Guys, let me just say, Adam Taylor is a full-grown man. This man could play linebacker in the NCAA. He's just huge. And it's not a surprise that after that injury, it took him a couple of games, but I mean, he's back on track and better than ever.
Now, Jay, let me ask you this. You have a great view down there between him and Rodney Anderson. Is there really that much of a difference in terms of size?
Yeah. Oh, no question. No question. He is much, much bigger than Rodney Anderson.
And a new back in the ball game. Taking it down the left sideline, making moves, getting tripped up. Ricky Bickham down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Bickham for 19.
Ricky Bickham is happy right now. I'm in the game.
When you get a chance, you take it.
I honestly don't think they're graduating any of these running backs. They all just seem like they've been the same guys in the backfield for the last 7 years.
Yeah, Brandon King, Andre Dean, Donovan Young.
They all look the same.
Vernon Jeffries, Will Jeffrey.
How are you built the same all the time? I don't get it. Something in the water.
1st and goal from the 8.
I want some of that water.
Handoff, Bickham. Oh, saving the touchdown. Tyler Patrick at the 4-yard run for Bickham.
Now, what year is Bickham?
Senior.
See, that's got to be good stuff right there. Look at Bickham taking advantage.
5'5", 165 pounds, been working his tail off for 4 years and gets some chance to get some playing time on the varsity squad.
And Gary Joseph will be the first to tell you how blessed he is to be able to have the running back core that he has. I mean, it's hard to find playing time when you have guys like Adam Taylor and Rodney Anderson, but Bickham making the most of his opportunity here tonight in their 3rd game of this 2012 season. Pitch right, Bickham with an eye to the end zone, stretching down to the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal. When we return, because that will be the end of the 3rd quarter, with the score, the Katy Tigers 42, the Woodlands Highlanders 10. Back to Wood Forest Stadium after these messages here on Fox Sports Southwest.
3rd goal for 3.
College football returns to Reliance Stadium as the Big 12 faces off against the Big 10 at the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas, Friday, December 28th. Bring your family and friends to experience the passion, pageantry, and football tradition that can only be seen in the Lone Star State. For more information, go online to MeinekeCarCareBowlOfTexas.com or call 832-667-2390. We'll see you in December for a football celebration as big as Texas.
When it just can't wait, come to Texas Emergency Care Center. We're a licensed, freestanding emergency room, open 24 hours a day, every day. Whether it's a broken bone or chest pain, the doctors and staff at Texas Emergency Care Center specialize in emergency medicine. We're ready and waiting, so you don't have to. At Texas Emergency Care Center, you'll be seen in minutes. We're open 24/7 in Pearland, Cypress, and Atascocita. Find us online at txercare.com.
Michael Silvers, Brent Moody, Jarrell Branch, Jay Darneal, and our entire Fox Sports Southwest Legacy Sports Network crew from Wood Forest Bank Stadium. Start of the 4th quarter with the Tigers on top, of the Highlanders, 42-10. Third down and goal for the Tigers from the 2-yard line in Highlander territory. Katy once led this game 28-0, 35-7, now 42-10. Power eye backfield, the deep man is Adam Taylor. Anderson goes in motion with a 2 tight end set. Pitch left to Adam Taylor. Can he get 5? He can. Touchdown, Adam Taylor, his 5th touchdown rushing of the game. This one from 2 yards out.
Just had a wall of Tigers on that side, and he could really just pick which way he wanted to go.
10, 12 years ago, 5 rushing touchdowns in a game might get you in the record books, but the way guys have been running in the state of Texas lately,
yeah,
that's probably not even best. We're
do we blame that on poor, do we blame that on poor defenses, or I don't know.
The extra point by Mendoza is good. 4 seconds into the 4th. Katy now on top, 49-10.
College football returns to Reliance Stadium as the Big 12 faces off against the Big 10 at the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas, Friday, December 28th. Bring your family and friends to experience the passion, pageantry, and football tradition that can only be seen in the Lone Star State. For more information, go online to MeinekeCarCareBowlOfTexas.com or call 832-667-2390. We'll see you in December for a football celebration as big as Texas.
Katy Tigers, the second-ranked team, according to the Legacy Sports Network Examiner.com rankings, behind only North Shore. I think that's a coin flip. But after what North Shore did last night to Cinco Ranch, 62-21, an understaffed, a lot of injuries. In fact, we were told by Carl Thies, local newspaper columnist, as Medore will touch on that in just a second, but Medore can't get to the 25. Good special teams, downfield tackling by the Tigers. Leading the way was Anthony Lewis. But speaking with Carl in regards, he covers a lot of the North Shore games. For Cinco Ranch, they sent 6 captains out to the 50-yard line for the opening coin toss. 4 of them were in street clothes and their jersey on top. That's how understaffed they were due to injury in their game at GPISD Stadium last night. A game that you heard here on the Legacy Sports Network, and a game that you can access on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Legacy Sports Network.
You know they're going to be a team to contend with if they can get those guys healthy once district starts.
Blaine Gillespie under pressure, down he goes. Sacked by the backup nose guard, Jesse Brown, back inside the 20. Lost yardage of 6 to the 18.
Oh, I see some Katy people. Wait, no, those are scouts. Oh, sorry. But they were leaving. It's just been one of those nights for the Woodlands. You know, trying to get something going, trying to get some type of positive play. So when you look at film, you can say, well, y'all did that well.
We'll have a chance to respond next week when they host Monterrey La Prepa from Mexico. And then in 2 weeks, they get the winless Conroe Tigers. And I let me correct myself. There's incomplete pass throw by Gillespie.
Sure looked like a catch and a fumble.
Yeah. Let me correct myself. Conroe now 1-2. They defeated Aldine by 2 last night.
Let's look at this replay. It looks like he starts to move up the field and a huge hit and fumble recovery by the freshman.
No, he never had the ball. That was a good call.
Incomplete pass on the 30th pass attempt by Blaine Gillespie tonight, and it's quickly 3rd down again for the Woodlands Highlanders. Gillespie will fire left, complete, but not enough for the 1st down as he locates Jamie Taylor to the 27-yard line for a 9-yard pass play.
Good open field tackle by Cy Slater.
218 yards.
And starters are going to try to return the punt.
Wow. 49-10. Let's make sure that we have our punt return team right.
Fake it.
No stone unturned.
Rodney Anderson from the 37-yard line. Down the left sideline, 40 out of bounds.
Punt return by number 26, Rodney Anderson.
34-yard punt.
Looks like that's it. Got a cramp on the sideline there.
Excuse me, that was number 78, Josh Hermson.
We'll see now with the offensive approach. Here is for the Katy Tigers.
Probably going to see the senior quarterback come in.
First down, ball on the 39 Highlanders. First down for the Tigers.
And we do have a new quarterback in for the Katy Tigers. Josh Williams, Jr. Andrew Inglet listed in the 2 deep as the backup, but it'll be Josh Williams. And Williams this season is 1 for 1 with 12 yards passing. Hand off to Ricky Bickham. And Bickham will fight his way for about 2 yards down to the 38-yard line.
15 minutes till the fourth quarter.
Take it down to the 37, 2 yards for Bickham.
Love when the crowd mic picks up fans. It's 10 minutes left in the fourth, not 10 minutes till the fourth.
Right.
You could be here for a long time watching nothing.
Thank goodness.
Clock moving inside the final 10 minutes. Here in Shenandoah. 49-10 Katy. On their way to a 3-0 start. Here's Bickham into the open field. Ricky Bickham down the sideline. Cuts back inside. Touchdown. 37 yards for senior Ricky Bickham.
Did an outstanding job to stay on his feet because he was getting pinballed, hit left and right, and just found a little bit of space. Was able to dive right into the end zone there at the end.
5 carries, 65 yards.
Wow.
And for Ricky Bickham, who came in with 17 yards on the ground, averaging just under 3 yards a carry this season, that's his first touchdown of 2012.
Outstanding job to stay on his feet there at the end of that play. That last little jump to get into the end zone.
Extra point is good. Let's step aside. 9:26 to go. The Katy Tigers with a 56-10 lead over the Woodlands.
What's in the sauce?
What's in the sauce?
What's in the sauce? Sorry, man, I can't tell you that.
It's our secret. Could be a lot of things.
The lemonade? Nope.
Gold dust, mayonnaise and ketchup and ranch, Shaquille O'Neal sweat.
That's not it. Puppy dynamite?
Bubblegum.
What? Love.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't worry about it, just enjoy it.
It's the Gridiron Legends Golf Tournament presented by Office Max on November 5th at the Woodlands Tournament Course. Tee-off is at 10 a.m. and all foursomes will get to golf with a Texas sports legend equaling a fivesome. Proceeds benefit to Pelchin Children's Center. Sponsorships start at $3,000 with foursomes available for $1,500. For more information, visit www.meinekecarcarebowloftexas.com and follow the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas on Twitter. Kickoff. And Medor. Pile moves across the 30.
Ball carrier 17, Medor.
You know, a lot of people
spot about the 32.
A lot of people can look at this game and look how lopsided the score is, but this is something that can make your team this much stronger going into the season. Getting beat 56-10 right now, currently, but you understand who you're playing against. And when you play a team of this dynamic, you know what's out there. There's not going to be too many other teams like this that they're going to face.
Oh, exactly, and they had an idea of where they were as a team, and then you come in against Katy, you can refocus your team in the following weeks of practice and getting ready for a district when the games really count and what's going to ultimately decide whether you go to the playoffs or not.
And keep in mind, the last 2 times these two schools played, blowout wins for the Woodlands. Katy went on to play for state championships, winning one in 2008, their last one.
That's right. This can make you better.
Gillespie still in a quarterback.
3 seconds on the play clock. Handoff to the sophomore Patrick Carr. Pickup of about 2 yards to the 34. Time now for the latest Katy drive summary.
37-yard touchdown run by Bickham caps off a drive of only 2 plays and 39 yards. 52 seconds off the clock. The extra point attempt was good. That score coming with 9:26 left in the fourth quarter. It's 56-10. Katy on top of the Woodlands.
Song never gets old, right?
2nd down and 8. Not if you're a Katy Tiger fan. Down he goes. Gillespie sacked back at the 25-yard line. Second team defense certainly out there.
Carson Strickler.
It's up 25. Take it. That's the first teamers.
That's the thing, they just start. Katy's still bringing everybody. Like they're not backing off. They're not playing prevent anything. They're bringing the house still, being up this much.
Loss of 7.
It's like fine tuning. They just want to fine tune themselves to get ready for the season. They have a week off next week. Let's play some ball tonight.
Gillespie fires it over the middle. There was a little bit of a push-up and no flag. Sean McKenna makes the catch and is inside the 35, taken down at the 31-yard line.
That's a good job of McKenna getting positioning. As he's down here at the lower part of your screen.
44 yards on the pass play.
He was able to look back at the ball and just make a key adjustment so he can go up there for the grab.
Sophomore Cy Slater on the tackle. 13 first down of the game, 6 of 15 on 3rd down conversions for the Woodlands.
273 yards passing for Gillespie on this Tiger defense. The give is to Jamie Taylor, who came in on motion, only a yard. Tackle by Michael Avila, backup senior defensive end. No gain for Taylor.
Number 25, Carson Strickler.
You got to wonder how many of these guys on the Katy Tigers team could have been starting as juniors or starting as seniors, but they're just so deep over there at Katy that they don't get to see the field. If they were somewhere else in their district, they could probably have started as juniors at least.
Yeah, it's amazing how deep they are, and they have these sophomores and even freshmen on their varsity squads, but they just prepare them for down the line. They're ready.
Gillespie avoids the blitz coming from the outside by Carson Strickler. Strickler has interest from Houston, the University of Louisiana, Lafayette, Northwestern, and TCU per Rivals.com. And Gillespie overshoots his intended target, Jamie Taylor, on that last pass attempt.
Yeah, guys, they're not really bringing the house. What they're doing is they have a 3-man front, and they're only bringing one of the outside linebackers. So really, it's only creating a regular 4-man rush. They're just still getting to them, even though they're outmanned. They're just great defensively. That's all there is to it.
Tigers obviously the favorite to come out of their district as per usual. Gillespie throws over the middle off the fingertips. It bobbles. Oh, what a great effort. Just coming up short on that one, Bailey Novak. I believe the last time, and correct me if I'm wrong, that Katy did not win their district was back in 2007 when Cinco Ranch beat them. That was their first win ever over Katy High School.
And Bailey Novak tipped that ball, and it looked like Sean McKenna was going to be able to get to it. Still a bunch of white jerseys surrounding the tip.
4th down and 10 for the Highlanders on the Tiger 32. Gillespie slings it right side, well out of the reach of Houston Brown. And a turnover on downs.
Those are the hardest passes to throw, are those sideline across the field passes, especially for a young high school quarterback. I'm really surprised they stopped really going, in the middle of the field like they were doing early in the first half, because they were there. They were just, receivers weren't, helping the quarterback out.
Saturday Night Football presented by Texas Emergency Care Center is a production of the Legacy Sports Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Legacy Sports Network and Fox Sports Southwest is strictly prohibited. This game is being produced by Scott Sullivan, directed by Matt Broussard. Our technical crew are Kelly Carlquist and Jeff Slahetka. The executive producer of the Legacy Sports Network is Jim Barton. Handoff to another new back in the ball game for the Katy Tigers, getting a chance here. Number 23. No, check it. Number 33, Andrew Soto.
Tackle is made by number 57, Sean Johnson.
2 yards for Soto. I believe we're just going to see steady dose of the run game. Try to finish this one off. A big road victory. And technically the Tigers' first road game of this 2012 season. And the quarterback, Williams, gets tripped up. Indeed. Loss of about 2, maybe 3.
Get stepped on by that foot, you're not going anywhere.
Our Raising Cane's players of the game are Adam Taylor. Why not? Only 5 touchdown runs tonight. And for the Woodlands, Houston Brown with a touchdown catch. With these achievements, Raising Cane's proudly salutes our players of the game.
He could have put forth a little more effort.
Only a little more. He could have had 6, right? Handoff again, and Soto stopped, and that brings up 4th down.
You know, I think it's due to his injury.
Well, actually, like one of those should have been Anderson's. He had the 37-yard run, and then Taylor comes in and runs it in for 1 yard for a touchdown. Make the sophomore do all the work. Carry my books.
This is Katie's first punt of the night.
And I wonder, is that Rodney Anderson or is that Adam Taylor who's going to punt this one away?
See, that's what I would have done.
Is
because Austin
Anderson.
Adams,
Coach, let me punt.
Good not a bad one. No, that's not even.
29.
That's either. That's
yeah.
DeAnthony Bennett.
Okay.
It's a pretty
From
good
up
punt.
here, you know, they all look the same when they wear the number 2.
DeAnthony Bennett that plays soccer? No, I'm just kidding. It's probably like all district something. It looks like they all look so athletic, on that sideline over there. They look like they really play any position.
They seriously could rival some Division II schools,
Right.
I think. Like they line up from the 25 to the 25. They travel with a ridiculously large squad, and then they're bigger than most high school kids. It's almost not fair.
Well, tell that to the LaPorte Bulldogs, who beat them last year in the 3rd round of the postseason, 9-7, in a game they weren't supposed to win.
That's not a soccer school.
Handoff straight ahead, Garrett Harvey. Harvey will pick up 7.
That's too many points for a soccer game.
It's like a adult softball league score.
That's a JUCO baseball school.
Or some, never mind.
2nd down and 3. Gillespie hands it off to Harvey. Harvey stuck at the line of scrimmage for progress, actually, half a yard shy of the 1st down. Coming up on the Matter Staffing Services post-game show, we'll bring you final statistics, analysis, interviews, and much more. Plus, we'll take a look at our game next week between the Decaney Wildcats and the Klein Oak Panthers. It all comes your way next on the Matter Staffing Services post-game show, and I know Jay Darneal will be working hard down on the field to talk with Victoria's head coach of tonight's game, Gary Joseph. Soft-spoken head coach, but he can get fiery.
I can already tell you what he's going to say.
I know. Garrett Harvey into the 2nd level. Then he coughs the football up. The Tigers have recovered.
It's like that's 34 on the recovery.
That'd be Kevin Ogwu. 3:40 remaining. Some of the Katy faithful have made their exit out of Wood Forest Bank Stadium. Game well in hand, and it was well in hand when we went to halftime. And really the second game out of the 3 where the game wasn't really in doubt at the half. And we go back to the first game in week 0 at Reliance Stadium against Klein, where it was 41-0 at the break. Last week it was a little bit closer. They were up just 10-3 over A-Leaf Taylor in an eventual 23-9 win. Williams, the quarterback, with an I formation in his backfield. Handoff. And another new back in the game with positive yardage. Carrier is DeMonte Davenport. Davenport, another senior running back. It's like once you get to be a senior, you can't be on junior varsity anymore. And it's a shame for those kids. They want to contribute. They will do whatever they can when their number is called. But as long as Taylor and Anderson stay healthy, this is the time of the game where young Davenport or Soto will get their reps. Back on the ground, Davenport. So we come down to 3 minutes to go. Davenport to the second and third level into Highlander territory, down to the 34.
Davenport is coming into the game and putting in work. These backs do the same exact thing, though. They do a great job of continuing to move their feet. That's all they do. They just continue to move their feet, and it's just like one after the other, and they continue to just get positive yards every time.
First man through with it. That's 49.
Hand off to Tim Winders.
And as soon as I say they keep going forward, he's the first one.
Well, you know, I mean, it's really not that bad of a deal for something like, as you mentioned, Davenport. If Adam Taylor ends up being the kind of running back everyone really expected him to be, Davenport might find himself on a porch bench talking to his kids about watching Adam Taylor in high school, and as there's a future Hall of Fame. I mean, it might not be that bad. He could have stories about an all-time great at some point.
No, he might have stories of winning a state championship. You know, so many. You know, it's so few and far between that people even make the playoffs or go to the state championship. You know, and to have a team like this, to be with your friends and you grow up with each other and you watch each other grow and develop. I mean, it's just a great experience. Period.
Third down forthcoming here for Katy inside the final 2 minutes.
And I mean, it's just a different environment in Katy. I know in my high school, if you're a junior on the JV, you were getting made fun of. But at Katy,
sure.
that's not the case. You're all a contributing member to the main goal.
That's right.
It may not show up on the statistical sheet, but they're appreciated, and their playing time may not be indicative of how much work they put in during the week in practice. And sometimes you just never know when your number will be called to become the primary running back. Davenport down to the 30.
You know, it's awesome. I think about like how these players are so similar, even like throughout the depth chart, but it's indicative when you see them in warm-ups. Like you see the quarterbacks do their drills, and they just mimic each other. They do the exact same thing at the same exact time. Like it's beautiful to watch.
How many times did you have a game when you were at Clements High School? And we'll see Clements in a couple of weeks.
Is this a real question?
Yes, where you had to be taken out of the game because you were winning so badly that the second teamers and third teamers were coming in.
Man, you know, often, never.
Here's Davenport down the sideline.
Get in.
Touchdown. And the Tigers break 60.
I love seeing the fourth string running back? I love that. You know, they just still play hard. You know, this is my time. This is my opportunity. Let me make something out of it.
Great job sealing that edge, and then it's all Davenport foot race to the goal line.
Dove to the pylon, got the touchdown. 29 yards for Davenport. And the extra point is kicked through by Manny Mendoza. One last moment to mention, that is the Gridiron Legends Golf Tournament presented by Office Max on November 5th at the Woodlands Tournament Course. Tee-off is at 10 a.m. and all foursomes will get to golf with a Texas sports legend, equaling a fivesome. Proceeds benefit Del Pelchin Children's Center. Sponsorships start at $3,000. Foursomes are available for $1,500. For more information, visit www.meineke.carcarebowloftexas.com. Follow the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas on Twitter.
Hey, Michael, with the time remaining here, what they could have done is just take a knee and this ball game would be over by now.
Right, and I think that was a little bit of an issue last week between the coaches of our game, Sam Parker of Spring, Chris Massey of Deer Park with that late touchdown that Spring scored. But that was first teamers.
Yeah,
this was
was first teamers.
This was a backup offense. So we'll see. I'm sure you'll get a good look to see. I know the coaches, Mark Schmidt and Gary Joseph, hold each other with high regard, respect each other very much. Don't know exactly if there will be a conversation about this Davenport touchdown when they meet at midfield.
There shouldn't be.
No.
Davenport has, 0 carries coming into the game?
And he earned that touchdown. It's not like you take a knee before the – he's not going to get back – you don't know when you're going to get back in the game. This is – I don't know. It's football. This is what it is. A score is a score. If you can keep scoring for it, you keep scoring.
Mador.
If there was a couple of minutes left or something, I could kind of see. But when they took that snap, it was about 30 seconds. So you take one knee, the clock goes ahead and runs down, and that's ball game.
Not with the fourth string team in.
Right. Well, 13 seconds.
But I'm just saying, there's no reason to run a play right there. There's 30 seconds left. Game's over.
I completely agree.
Whatever. I mean, if I'm a proud parent up there in the stands and my kid's in the game and he has a time to touch the ball, let him touch the ball.
Personal foul while we're talking.
But you can't coach according to kids' parents. If you do that, you're not going to win very many games.
Or kids' confidence.
Yeah, I mean, you both are making both excellent points from each side. And we'll see. I mean, like I said, Jay's down the field. We'll see if that's a point of emphasis, if Jay can get an earful of any potential conversation between Mark Schmidt and Gary Joseph.
How long was that last run, Davenport run?
29 yards.
29 yards.
29 yards.
But like Jay said, you could take a knee.
But you could take a knee and the game's over. But the Woodlands weren't taking knees. They really ran the score up in the last two meetings.
Actually, that's true.
Handoff. First time touching the ball tonight. Jeremy Davis Harper out of bounds. That will stop the clock with 6 seconds. Don't forget, coming up next, we will have the Metter Staffing Services post-game show with our final thoughts, a preview of next week's game in the afternoon from Klein Memorial Stadium, where the defending state champion, Katy Wildcats, take on the Klein Oak Panthers. You wonder if Willie Amendola, the head coach of the Katy Wildcats, will try to keep everything on schedule. That was a little inside thing from last year's state championship game.
Keep it on schedule.
Keep it on
right.
schedule.
Well, because we were trying to conduct our pregame interview with Amendola, and the guys were getting antsy, and he was like, everything's got to be kept on schedule. He ended the interview quite early.
He might want to keep it on schedule, didn't he? Got off schedule a little bit, and then got ran over by a cart, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was one of the craziest.
And it went viral on YouTube.
Oh, did it?
Oh,
yeah.
Sure.
There was a song with it.
Yeah, the rollout song. Yeah. Roll out.
Wow.
And they kept cutting back.
They kept cutting back and forth.
Remixing. Final play likely of tonight's game here at Woodforest Bank Stadium. A 53-point margin of victory. At least we think so. Just keeping it on the ground.
Good run.
And the Katy Tigers have come into Woodforest Bank Stadium tonight, capping off week 2 with a 63-10 win over the Woodlands Highlanders. We'll stay right here, try to get Jay's thoughts with head coach Gary Joseph.
Joseph's over here.
Where's Jay?
Jay's at about the 43. Gary Joseph's on the Woodlands 47.
Jay's in the right spot because Gary Joseph is coming this way.
Oh.
So now he's going to turn around.
Uh-oh.
And maybe Jay's going to get Adam Taylor instead.
He's reversing his field.
And we can see Jay from up here.
Athleticism of Jay.
Jay's going to get Adam Taylor. 5 touchdown runs. Take it away, Jay.
Action.
We'll do a take 2.
So,
well, maybe not.
How do you feel after scoring 5 touchdowns?
Okay, there we go, guys. Now joined by Adam Taylor. Adam, 186 yards and 5 touchdowns. Did you expect that kind of explosion offensively?
Yes, sir. We had a great week of practicing this week, and we came together as one and prepared very well because we were frustrated with ourselves because of last week's performance.
Now, talk about the dynamic duo there. You, Rodney Anderson, how do y'all handle that? I know he plays a little bit of receiver too, but y'all get along great and practice together well?
Hey, it's a team game. That's all it is. So we come together as one. We have one common goal, and that's to go to state.
Now, talk about your next game coming up here. So you have a week off and then district play.
Yeah, so we have a week off, and we're just going to prepare and give a little rest this week and turn it back on next week.
Amazing game, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Guys, back up to you.
All right, Jay, thank you very, very much. Let's step
all
aside.
the right answers.
When we return, it'll be the Metter Staffing Services post-game show. Our final thoughts and a look ahead to next week's game between Klein Oak and the defending state champion Katy Wildcats. It's coming your way next. Stand by.
At the Tradition at Northgate, the opportunities are endless. New ideas to explore, lifelong friendships to form. So much to accomplish, and you can do it all just steps from the Texas A&M campus. Walk to campus in just minutes. Think of all you could be doing because you're not commuting. Location is everything. Live green by walking to class or enjoying some of your free time in the heart of College Station's Uptown District, Northgate. Privacy is a way of life at the Tradition. Have your own bedroom in your fully furnished suite. Choose a 1 or 2 bedroom suite with extra thick walls between suites to keep things quiet when you need it. Don't worry about finding a roommate. The Tradition has roommate matching. Have your own space for studying, spending time with friends, or just relaxing after a long day in class. The Tradition is your home away from home. You'll find all the opportunities you need to make the most of your college experience. Whether you go to Texas A&M or Blinn, you will never get lost in the crowd. Live just like you would on campus, just do it steps away. Have the experience you want at the Tradition. The Edge Cafe full-service dining hall. Fuel for your day full of choices and variety. Heated lap and volleyball pool. Fitness center with a view of campus. Academic Success Center. Academic success is the primary goal. Study rooms. It's the advantage of privacy. Surround sound movie theater. Watch what you want on the big screen. Attached covered parking. Park on your floor. Walk to your door. 24-hour reception and night courtesy officer. Free high-speed internet. You'll have more at the Tradition than any other housing option near campus. Your education is important, and where you live makes the difference in your college experience. Live more, commute less. The Tradition at Northgate.
You a fanatic? Open a Texans checking account with First Community Credit Union and you could win a trip to the big game in New Orleans. Just visit TexansChecking.com and open your account. Signing up is easy and free. You'll get a customized Texans debit card. And best of all, you could win a trip to New Orleans for the big game or other great prizes like trips to Texans road games and the 2013 draft in New York City. Be a fanatic. Visit TexansChecking.com and sign up for your chance to win. First Community Credit Union, the official credit union of the Houston Texans.
Welcome into the Metter Staffing Services postgame show. A final here from Woodforest Bank Stadium, 63-10. The Katy Tigers defeating the Woodlands Highlanders. Back up in the booth, Michael Silvers, Brent Moody, Jarrell Branch. There's really not much to say because the scoreboard says it all.
It really does. It really just seems like a case of bigger, stronger, faster, more prepared, better game plan. Katy just was in charge of this game from the beginning, and the Woodlands really never had any answer for it.
I mean, Katy's an assembling line. You know, they just continue to have players year after year after year after year. And what can you do? Because you don't have that type of program or that type of depth in middle school and, you know, coming into high school and things like that. So it's just one of those things. If the Woodlands, they played a strong game, they can really learn a lot from this, but it can make them stronger throughout the season.
Exactly. I think it refocuses the team. They're not the team that they thought that they were. They have to refocus and really try to strive together as a team and get ready for the district campaign.
And we mentioned it during the second half is when Katy got beat by the Woodlands in 2009 and in 2008. 47-0 in that 2008 game. They went on to win the state championship. They lost more games, but they won the state championship. The fate might bestow upon the Woodlands that same fate.
Oh, exactly. And when you play a team like this in your non-district campaign, it really gets you ready for the guys that you're going to go up against.
Because your mindset is going to be, we already played the best team in the state, possibly. So everybody they go head up against, they're not Katy. That's your mindset. And so we can defeat you. I can beat you. You're not Katy.
Should be a lot of fun talking about who's exactly number one when it comes to rankings and where people rank the teams and the top teams here in the state of Texas. Throw out a couple of stats for you from tonight's game. 351 yards unofficially for the Katy Tigers on the ground. 113 yards passing for Kylie Huddleston. He didn't have to throw very much in the second half. 464 yards of total offense by the Tigers against the Highlanders today. And leading the way, Adam Taylor. Boy, he's back. 24 carries, 186 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's definitely refreshing to see a kid come off an injury like that and come back so strong, and you just want to root for kids like that, and he came back with a vengeance tonight.
Yeah, very impressive. He wasn't just running people over. He was running around, making plants, making cuts. His knees fine.
Guys, your final thoughts on both the Katy Tigers and the Woodlands Highlanders tonight?
I think Katy is right where they want to be, and I think the Woodlands really learned some things about themselves and really learned where they can improve and what they need to improve on.
I mean, if we know anything about Gary Joseph, he's never satisfied, and he always feels that they can always be better. And I think they're going to look at the film. They're going to study over this past week. They have this week coming up off, and I think they're going to really gear up, rest up, and they're going to do a lot of work and do a lot of damage this season.
Fantastic. Now, next week, the Klein Oak Panthers take on the defending state champion Decaney Wildcats, now without the services of their 3-year starting running back, Trey Williams. Scored a touchdown today for Texas A&M. Should be a lot of fun. So next week, we'll be on the air at 3:45 here on FoxSportsSouthwest.com for Saturday Night Football presented by Texas Emergency Care Center. For Brent Moody, Jarrell Branch, Jay Darneal, and our entire crew, I'm Michael Silver saying so long from Wood Forest Bank Stadium here in Shenandoah, Texas.